Test, test, test. It's a test. Test, test, test. Liam, breakfast time. Liam Lonsdale. Test, test, test. This is a test. Still a test. No audio. Liam can now hear himself. Perfect. Excellent. Let me check my volume. This is good. Awesome. Sounds good to me? Sounds good to you guys? Great, thank you.
Der Japaner, der zum ersten Mal im Adidas Rockstars Finale steht, gewinnt einen Job im zweiten Versuch. Damit hat er beste Chance, einen Olympiaden zu kommen. Makoto Yamauchi hat eine Wildcard beim nationalen Adidas Rockstars in Tokio gewonnen. Dass er es bis ins Finale geschafft hat, ist eine kleine Sensation. Top 8
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stuttgart for the pre-show of the semi-finals of the Adidas Rockstars event. My name is Liam Lonsdale, and I'm joined this morning by Sasha DiGiulian. Sasha, good morning.
Good morning, Liam, and thank you all for tuning in.
How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm very excited to watch the semifinal round.
So this isn't actually the live broadcast for the semi-finals. We wanted to give you guys a 15-minute warning to let you know that we will be going live on
On www.adidas-rockstars.com/live.
Yeah, and we're going to be on social media as well.
As well, on Instagram, it's at Adidas Rockstars, and on Facebook, it's the Rockstars community.
So you guys,
follow along.
can basically follow along, tune into those channels, subscribe to those channels, and you'll be able to see all the information, particularly the Rockstars website, adidas-rockstars.com/live. You have loads of information, right? Start lists, live scores, basically everything you could want to know is going to be there.
You can also take part in the social conversation by hashtag Adidas Rockstars.
Exactly. We're going to talk about it a little bit at the start of the semi-finals, but just to quickly preview for those guys, we have 23 competitors starting today.
So the top 20 from qualifiers rounds went to semifinals for the pro event. However, we also have the Adidas Ticket to Rockstars event presented by Gore-Tex, in which the top 3 competitors in the men's categories and the women's categories qualified for the final 3 spots.
So again, slightly different to what you might call a standard bouldering competition, a standard bouldering semi-finals, but a really nice twist on it, and an opportunity for amateurs or pro amateurs to get up there and mix it with 20 of the best climbers in the world right now.
And honestly, right now, there are so many strong climbers that the amateurs and the pros crossing over and having the opportunity to compete on this pro stage is going to be really amazing to watch, because anything could happen.
We had a look at the boulders the other day. They're very interesting. I had a walk along there before. They've actually tweaked them a little bit from when we saw them, but they look great.
They look challenging, very technical, very physical. I think we're in for a good show.
For sure. We're going to tell you more about the boulders later. Until then, those things again, hashtag Adidas Rockstars, at Adidas Rockstars, Rockstars Community, and www.adidas-rockstars.com/live. Sasha, we'll be back in a few minutes.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thanks.
This is Stuttgart 2018. Getting ready for the 2018.
Good morning and welcome to Stuttgart for the semi-finals of Adidas Rockstars 2018, where climbing meets music. My name is Liam Lonsdale and I'm delighted to welcome to the broadcast this morning my co-host, Sasha DiGiulian. Good morning.
Good morning, Liam, and good morning to everybody tuning in.
Indeed. This morning we have 23 men and 23 women competing to get their place in the finals this evening for a total prize purse of €20,000. Sasha, you're not competing.
I am not competing.
You don't fancy a piece of that 20,000?
I'm actually very excited to be on the broadcast side of this event. I've competed in this event twice before and very excited to watch it.
So we actually have a starting list for the women that we can go to straight away before we get into it. You can see there, Amelie Kuhne, Nora Ferrari, Julia Pinguera, they were actually our three Ticket to Rockstars qualifiers, the best three amateurs from yesterday, followed by Aya Ono, Mia Krampo, Eugenia Kazbekova, Afra Hönig, Julia Kruger, Johanna Ferber, Ursula Repusic, really your top 10 women, or rather first 10 women. They'll then be followed by the next 10 women in the list. I'm just going to keep going. We'll have Andrea Kuhne, Natsumi Hirano, Miho Nanaka, Tatiana Shemolinkina, Ekaterina Kipianova, Chloe Collier, Laura Stuckler, Alex Puccio, Petra Klingler. I mean, the names in there are crazy, Sasha. Katia Kadic, Kyra Kondi, Alma Bestvata, and Stasha Gale. Tell me about some of those women. For example, what was your highlight from one of those women yesterday?
Well, we saw a lot of tops. We saw every problem completed except for one. Qualifiers women's number 3 went without send. I would say that we have 2 strong women from the U.S. that I'm excited to be watching, Alex Puccio and Kyra Kondi. We also saw a 16-year-old, Natsumi, who won the Adidas Rockstars event in China, or in Tokyo, actually.
And she beat Aki Onoguchi and Miho Naka to take that win.
And she was really impressive to watch yesterday. I would say that was the highlight for me on the women's side.
For me, I think it was Stasha Gale, qualifying in first place. She's European champion. She's been dominant in various competitions. Not quite been the best season that she was hoping for with the Bouldering World Cup, but took a bronze in Innsbruck at the World Championships. I'm excited to see what she does this afternoon. Let's have a quick look at the men's start list. We have, again, those first 3, Niels Favre, Max Kleesapel, and Amir Muri, Swiss, German, and Iranian. Those were the 3 Ticket to Rockstars winners in the men's competition. And then running down that list, Max Prince, Will Bozu, Keita Watabe, Zamsuda, Tomoaki Takata, Florian Klingler, he had a great performance in Innsbruck, Mikhail Mauen, Murray Sugimoto, Yoshiyuki Ogata, Jan Hoya, he took a bronze medal in the combined, Kokoro Fuji, Gregor Veselnik, winner in Munich, Anja Pehat, Vadim Timonov, Kai Harada, und dann geht's los. An dieser Stelle auch nochmal riesen Dankeschön an alle Rusher, an alle Schiedsrichter, an das deutsche Rundekreuz und an unseren Medical Director, Professor Dr. Volker Schöppel, der hat der Nationalmannschaft und selber ein Kletterer und Sportkletterer, der im 11. Schwierigkeitsgrad unterwegs ist. Gestern hat Volker 700 Täschchen ausgeteilt, also ein bisschen was an Fingerarbeit gewesen.
We did have a tie on the men's side for first place. We also had a surprise. We have 3-time defending champion of this event, Sean McCall. He's won this event 3 years, and he unfortunately didn't make it to semifinals today, but that just gives us more reason to recognize how strong these competitors are just across the board.
Exactly, and Sean had a great performance. We talked to him ourselves after the competition. Sean was actually saying how he was pleased with his 3 tops, and you know, it just wasn't quite enough to make the cut.
On the competitive side, every single attempt matters so much, and it can make the difference between podium, make the difference between making it to the next round. And we have 15 of the top 20 men in the world competing today.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a lot. And if we look at, you know, another one that was a shock for me was Nathan Phillips, a British competitor who actually made the bouldering finals in Innsbruck, placed 6th, did an amazing job. Didn't make the cut. So I think there's a lot of athletes that are going to be kind of outside that cusp. But I'll tell you one thing, we've got 23 men and women that are going to be doing incredible things out there very soon.
And anything could happen. So that's what's so exciting about this
I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Who is going to win?
Oh my gosh. I don't want to jinx it, but we did just see a phenomenal performance of Kai Arata in Innsbruck. So I would say I'm really excited to watch what he can do today. And I mean, I'm just such a believer in Alex Puccio. I think that she's so dominant and so strong and can be so consistent. She's won this event last year. So
well, we'll have to wait and see. The athletes are actually started climbing, so let's take a good look at this action. First athlete out is, of course, Amelie Kühne of Germany. She goes straight on top of number one on the far left-hand side of the wall as the audience see it.
Zwei Striche heißt zum Beispiel zwei Füße, dann darüber die Position klar
First man is Niels Favre. Now, Sasha, we were chatting to Niels yesterday, who had explained to us that he had a little bit of an injury during the men's competition.
Der erste Versuch.
He was at the Athletes Lounge Massage Center getting ready for today's round. He competed in the Ticket to Rockstars event, which is really unique that he made it into this pro semifinal round, having a different approach than the other 20 competitors.
Der
Sure.
nächste
It's
um
kind
die
of
Ecke
cool that he
rum,
can
rechts
get in
beim
as well,
gelben
because
Volumen wäre der
of course
Bonusgriff.
Niels is a member
Kann
of
man
the
von
Swiss
unten
team.
ein
He's a very
bisschen besser
talented athlete in
erkennen.
his
Und
own
ich höre
right.
nicht, Stuttgart kommt,
Due to his
feuert ihn an den
performance this season, he didn't get an
Favre.
invite to the
Nähert
comp.
sich dem ersten Bonus und der
He's
Bonus
just proved that he was worthy of one.
Here we
Here he
go.
goes,
Da ist er.
getting
Bonus
the
ist
zone.
erreicht.
So moving
ja
up
meistens
on
der crucial
those
part.
big cheetah
Oder die
slopers.
Crux, wie wir Kletterer
He's got
sagen,
that
also
right hand
die
on the other side of the
Schlüsselstelle.
volume. Crimping the zone with the right, slap into the
Und
middle
oben
with the
schwarz
left.
markiert
The top
bei
is
Nils,
so
wir sehen
close.
im Live-Bild, das
Now
ist die
these
Zone, über die
walls
er
are
nicht drüber
quite
greifen darf.
friction. So
Tommy,
you
jetzt
can
schaffst
really
du.
make use of the entirety
Rotationszeit
of the wall.
5 Minuten,
However,
das
of
heißt
course, the
5
walls
Minuten,
are
gestern in der
also quite
Qualifikation
steep.
4, im Semifinale sind es 5.
There
Aber
is
die warten
Amelie
auf der
Kühne,
rechten Seite auf eure Unterstützung. Kommt Stuttgart!
16-year-old German climber. I think that's our second 16-year-old.
Wenn du dabei bist,
There's in the
im
competition.
Semifinale
Natsumi
bekommst du nochmal zu den besten
Hirano is the
20
other one.
auch der
We have
Welt
two
Stelle.
youth.
Adidas
Yeah,
Rockstars,
and
Ticket to
going
Rockstars,
down
immer wieder
the
eine neue
start list,
Erfolgsgeschichte, die
the
geschrieben
mean
wird.
age of the
War noch niemals
competitors
in
is
der
actually quite
Nationalmannschaft, noch nie
young.
im großen
The
Wettkampf
oldest
und jetzt auf der
competitor
großen Bühne.
is
So ein
31,
bisschen Liquid
the
Chalk auf
youngest
die
being
Finger
two
bei
16-year-olds.
Nils, schaut sich den Boulder nochmal ganz
There's
genau
actually quite a
an.
jump as
Aber
well.
es ist
You've
wichtig.
got two
Nochmal
Russian
zur Erinnerung,
competitors,
es
Shimon
wird
Kino and
gezählt.
Kiprianova, 29 and
Derjenige,
31.
der die wenigsten
And then there's
Versuche gebraucht hat,
basically a
bis zum
gap
Top
until
an die
about
Bonuszone, die
26 from what I can see. Oh,
Versuche.
we've got Alex, of course, 29 as well. Niels Favre on the mat, just keeping those shoulders loose. Clock is on your screen, 2 minutes, 8 seconds. If you
So,
are
macht sich
tuned
nochmal
in
richtig warm
at
und
home,
geht,
we're
setzt
looking forward to
alles
hearing from you. You
auf
can get in
eine
touch with us
Karte.
on social
Aber die
media.
Kühle jetzt im nächsten
Drop us
Versuch, sie hat
a
den
message.
Step
Let us
in,
know
also den
where
Einstieg
you are
gut
tuning
geschafft
in
gerade.
from.
Der
Tell
sollte
us
drin sein
who
und dann
you
geht
would
es bei
like to
ihm hoch
win.
weiter. Genau
We
das war
love
der Griff.
to hear
Kurz von der Wand weg,
you.
jetzt greift sie mit der zweiten
Emily
Hand ans
making
blaue
strong
Volumen
use of
und
that really grim
ja,
heel hook
Friktion
on that
ist
right
das Ganze.
side.
Das heißt, wir haben ja verschiedene Körpergrößen, wir haben ja verschiedene Spannweiten von Armen. Weil man, das ist ein Vorteil, einmal kann es ein Nachteil sein. Stuttgart, are you ready? Nils Favre aus der Schweiz braucht eure Ansteuerung. Genauso wie Amelie Kühne auf der rechten Seite.
Good friction on those volumes, but that colour coating just kind of adds a little bit of sheen to it. So there's a lot of grip, but it's not like sand, you know?
Rocking his body up and over to the right,
Genau.
securing the zone,
Die Hände
holding
in der
it.
Hosentasche tut weh beim Klatschen.
Nils
Okay,
Favre
here goes
ist
Niels. Let's see
weiter
how we can do this
aufgekommen.
time. He's so close.
Ist das erste Top?
That was so
Noch eine
close
Minute,
to
komm,
grabbing
das
that
schaffst du.
finish hold.
Nochmal putzen lassen.
It was
Komm,
almost like he
Nils.
needed to be a little
Und
bit more
genauso
patient
brauchen wir
as he
das, so
rocked over on his
dicht
right
und
side.
nah wie ihr dran seid und so intensiv wie ihr mitgeht. Sehr schön.
Habt ihr schon mal was von Adrenalin
46
gehört? Das
seconds
ist
on the
das,
clock.
was er jetzt braucht. Das muss rausgehen in die
These climbers
Blutbahn.
have 5 minutes.
Und ihr
Three of
seid
these
dann
boulders,
Adrenalin.
4
Come on,
boulders in
everybody,
total.
let's hear it.
The
Let's
other
get your
interesting thing we
hands
should mention is
flying
the
for
scoring
Nils
system. We're using
Favre.
the old scoring system here, or rather the previous
Bronze
IFSC
medalist
scoring system.
yesterday evening on the
So
Ticket
it's
to
tops to the
Rockstars
10th,
final
then
event
zones in
presented by
attempts, as opposed to
Glory
tops, then zones, then attempts.
Und Nils
Again,
schwingt
such
die
an
Arme,
emphasis
aber
on
das ist
every
eine
attempt
andere
matters.
Disziplin in der Schweiz. Sehr berühmt das Schwingen.
And the other cool
20 Sekunden bleiben
kind
wir.
of resurgence in format is that we'll have the
Wenn das
4
Blut
plus
zurückkehrt
in the finals, which is always a
So,
fun,
die rechte Seite
fun
konzentriert sich
way
auf
to
Amelie
have a final.
Kühne genauso. Ah, schade. 10 Sekunden,
Here's Niels. He knows what to do.
Here we
Seen the
go!
finish at the buzzer.
Absolutely stunning work from the Swiss climber Niels Favre, who at the buzzer manages to secure the top on boulder number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Niels states his intentions.
Auf der Matte gesehen, von dem Stein, der gerade von seinem Herzen runtergefallen ist.
That was literally the nick
Wir
of time,
freuen uns schon
Sasha.
auf die nächsten.
That was
Max
the
Kleesattel ist
final
wieder bei uns,
second.
am
Impressive that he could keep it
ersten
together with no
Boulder-Problem.
time like
Niels
that.
geht jetzt nach hinten.
Also,
Ruht
like
sich
we
5 Minuten
said,
aus,
coming
bevor
off
er
an
dann wieder
injury
rauskommt.
from
So,
yesterday,
And representing
ideally
Hungary,
recovered
27 years
and ready
young,
to perform
Laura
today.
Kirali.
Okay, 2 more
Welcome
athletes
to
coming
Adidas
out. This
Rockstars
time we're going to have
Semifinals.
Nora Kirali in the women's, Hungarian
Nora,
athlete,
auch
27
die
years old.
Wildcards.
Often trains at
Gewinnerin
Cafe
gestern,
Kraft
Ticket
in
für
Nuremberg.
Rockstars.
And in the men's competition, a German athlete, Max Kleesattel, 19 years old, there he is.
Muss ein tolles Gefühl sein
Also
für Max, der
qualified
19 Jahre
via
jung,
the
mit den besten
Ticket to
Bouldern
Rockstars
auf der ganz
event.
großen Bühne zu stehen. Macht das
Interestingly, I
hervorragend.
think Nora's
Dabei
qualified for the last
unterstützen
3 Rockstars events
Die Junge
in
ist
the
schon
Ticket to
viele
Rockstars
Jahre
competitions.
im Ticket to Rockstars Event dabei gewesen.
Here he goes.
Max is climbing very methodically,
Der Max
slowly
hat
making
lange
his way
gewartet
over
gestern
onto
bei der
that
ersten Ticket to
volume.
Rockstars
This is the
Session
first time that
bis
I've heard of
19:30
Max in an
beschäftigt.
international
Danach
competition.
zweieinhalb
I'm not even sure if he's in the German
zittern,
team.
hoffen oder auch selbstbewusst
So far,
sagen,
he's
das
looking
geht
really
sich
composed as he
aus.
hits
Und
the
es
zone
ging
with the
sich
right
gestern aus. Er
hand.
ist
That
im
undercut
Semifinale.
side pull,
Großartig
steps
gemacht,
across,
Boneszone erreicht.
moving the weight along, using that palm, that basically inverted palm on the left.
Den Schwerpunkt dran.
He's really emphasizing having control,
Komm Max, du
just
weißt wie es
not
geht.
enough control
3,5
to make
Minuten
that
noch.
final
Das
move.
sind
Just lost the right hand crump there.
9,81 Meter pro Sekunde, die dort
Nora Kirali
runterfliegen von der
now.
Gravity oder Erdanziehungskraft. Und die Muskeln setzen dagegen und versuchen das, aber das
As you
Ganze
can
muss
see,
natürlich
that
auch
first
ausbalanciert
foothold
sein.
that her right
So,
heel is on
gerade wieder
hardly
abgerutscht.
protrudes from the wall at all.
Wir sehen schon,
This
der
was actually
Einstieg
set
beim
by
Boulder
Caddy
1 bei den
Lehman.
Damen ist eine echte Herausforderung.
There's 8 setters in total.
Zumindest für die
We have
beiden.
Laurent Laporte, head setter from France.
Nora Kirali.
He was supported by Raini Fichtinger of Austria, Sakura Hori of Japan, Adam Postelnik of Poland,
Da sind wir wunderbar jetzt auf
Tomasz
der rechten
Orecki,
Seite. Also ein
Alexei
Fuß, das
Raber
ist
of
der
Poland,
Start.
Robert Leisner of Germany,
Dann, der
Caddy
zweite
Lehman, as I
Fuß, und
mentioned,
dann geht's
Germany,
los.
and Felix
Also,
Buchmann of Germany. We were
sauschweres
talking to
Problem
Caddy
für die
yesterday.
Damen auf
She
der
became the second
rechten
woman to
Seite.
climb
Da
FOB
versucht man immer so ein
8C
bisschen
earlier
um die
this
Ecke
year.
herumzukommen.
Sasha, just give me some
Genauso wie
context
auf
of
der
what
linken
sort of an
Seite.
achievement that
Unsere
is.
Wand besteht ja, ist ja nicht so eine klassische
I mean,
Wand, die einfach nur gerade ist, sondern viele
In today's day and age in rock climbing and in competition climbing, just that gap between female climbers and male climbers is closing. And performances like doing a female doing an 8C boulder problem, few men have done 8C boulder problems. It's incredible, and especially in Fontainebleau.
I'm not sure where it was actually. I think
It actually was
It's
in,
Germany.
yep. She actually said that it was near her house and she was trying it for a little over a year.
Amazing work. So that's your
Das
8
war
setters.
der
Here goes Max
von
Kleesattel
ihm
of
gut
Germany.
gelöste Move um
Into
die
that
Ecke
zone
rum. Jetzt
again
ist er
with the
wieder
right
am
hand,
Bonus.
steps across onto that volume
Und
as he
jetzt geht es darum,
emerges around the corner.
eben hat er den
Max
Weg
is climbing
gesehen,
a little bit
schafft es
faster
dann mit
now,
der
knowing what the
Hand
holds feel like and
zu
knowing what he
fixieren
needs to
am
do.
Top oben. Der orangene
You
Klebestreifen.
can really tell that that right hand hold and that left hand
Der
hold
ist
are so
eingeklemmt,
terrible
genau.
in the way
Feuert
that he
ihn
has to
nochmal
compress
an.
his body.
Just misses that right hand
Eine
again.
kleine andere Lösung hier für ihn.
Das ist genau das, was passiert. Du bist an diesem Top. Und dann denkst du musst es, aber dann kommt die Erdanziehungskraft, die massiv einen nach unten zieht. Und du versuchst natürlich noch auszubalancieren. Du versuchst das Gewicht an der Wand zu halten und zu drücken, aber von hinten geht es ziemlich weiter hinten. So, 1 Minute und 11
So here goes Nora Kirali again.
Niels
As she
Changing
Favre.
her sequence up.
Für Max Kleesattel.
Hard
Und
moves.
drüben für Nora
I think
Kirali.
what we might see in the next woman climbing is moving their
Und die
right
Farbe,
heel to
ja,
that
das
higher
erste Top, du hast
foothold
diesen Stein
sooner.
angesprochen.
It's
Und wie
a
viel,
better,
er weiß natürlich,
it's a
wie viel
better
das wert ist,
angle
was da
than
drin
that
ist.
first start hold
Beim
foot.
Boulder 1. Und jetzt 50 Sekunden.
If you want to keep in touch with the live results, it's very easy to do.
Nora
You can do
Kirali,
that
die auch
on
nochmal
the
unsere
website
Unterstützung benötigt. Liebe Porsche Arena,
www.adidasrockstars.com/live.
genau so.
We've got the results live for you here, so we'll keep you abreast of those as and when they happen.
Vielleicht ist es
34 seconds remaining
der
for
Lucky
Nora
Punch zum
Kirali
Schluss
of
in den
Hungary on
letzten
boulder number
30
1,
Sekunden.
and here's
30
Max
seconds.
Kleesattel. He hits it with the right hand, matches with the
Max
left hand,
Kleesattel, top
secures the
im
top,
ersten
and the
Boulder.
first
Zunge
boulder.
raus.
Amazing work from the 19-year-old German.
Ja.
Und das
Sasha,
sind ja immer
it looks like this one's going to be like a game time send for the guys at the moment.
So, Liam, something worth noting in
Komm,
bouldering
Stuttgart, Riesenapplaus,
competitions is
Max
there's so
Kleesattel.
much strategy that goes into timing and when you get on the wall how many seconds are left when you decide to give that last effort, knowing the next boulders are yet to come. So conserving your energy, but also giving every boulder as much as you have.
Good knowledge from world champion. In fact, you were the overall world champion 2011. You got a silver in boulder in that comp, is that correct?
I did in Arco, Italy, 2011.
So Sasha does know a thing or two about competition climbing, despite these days turning her attention to big walls.
Quite different than what we see on the mats today.
Okay, on the mats today, speaking of which, we have Amir Murray on the screen right now. He's Iranian. Right of him is Niels Favre of Switzerland. On the far right-hand side will be Julia Pinguera of Austria. And left of her, back out for her second over is Amelie Kühne.
Natürlich Niels Favre auch, wie jetzt auch schon wieder. Boah! Junge, hat der ein Selbstbewusstsein, das Ding so zu packen. Schön. Also, Julia Pinguera auch völlig
So there is Julia Pinguera.
Bei Tickets for Rockstars.
So, Amir versucht die Boulderroute zu legen.
Places the left foot on that very small screw on.
Tomoa Nagasaki zum Beispiel ist der einzige
What
Athlet
shoes is she
im
wearing,
Boulder-Weltcup,
Sasha?
der von oben nach unten geht. Das heißt, Tomoa sucht sich aus, mit welcher Hand er oben
That's a
ankommen
great
will.
question.
So
I'm
really
trying
hard
er
to
seine
tell.
Boulderzüge bis nach unten. Die meisten von
Anyway,
unten nach oben
she
und sagen,
gets a little bit higher now. Kicks. Ooh, that's a hard move.
unterschiedlichste Ansätze. Wir haben es gestern gesehen.
Looks like
Der
you've got to
Boulder
kick
bei den,
across there with the
bei den
left
Damen
foot.
oder bei den Herren
Keep that body
im,
tension,
Boulder.
and then perhaps bridge with the right to then get up to the zone. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Niels Favre on boulder number 2. You can see those opposing Gastons as the start holds. Big volume for 2 feet as the feet, and then it's a double dyno, back compression. Love that.
Niels is rocking the La Sportiva Squamish shoes. And something that we can see about these competitors is the shoes that they're wearing across the board are softer shoes to be compatible with the volumes on the wall.
Die zweite Runde
Okay,
beim Adidas Rockstars
Amelie
Semifinale.
Kühne
Amelie Kühne.
trying to
Und
make
sehen wir
sense of
jetzt
this
schon eine
first
erste
boulder,
Lösung am
second boulder
Boulder
still
Nummer
rather.
1.
Here goes Julia Pinguera again.
45 Sekunden noch für uns Zeit.
Very tricky moves. DJ Chainsaw with the soundtrack this morning.
Julia Pinguera bisher am weitesten gekommen. Im Boulder 1 bei den Damen seit aus. Aminul,
Okay, there is Amir Nouri of Iran.
der Einstieg.
Takes those deceptively bad cheetah holds to rock around the corner. That right heel's going to give him a lot of stability, Sasha.
It looks like he needs to rock his foot over a little bit more to the right in order to stand up off of it, securing that zone hold.
Manages it nonetheless as he reaches out with the right foot, steps across, slows himself down with that palm, and then here we go for that last move. Oh, just misses it again. It's kind of like a dead point move, but within dead point reach. It's very strange.
And what's awkward about it is that you are pressing into that volume while also needing to move dynamically off of it.
Very interesting indeed. Okay, glad we get to see this move because what? No,
Kind of leading to the campus and then throwing that heel hook.
right. And actually, what's really interesting is I was watching the setters do this, and they did not do it this way at all. But Amelie Kühne is fighting, and is she going to hit that zone?
Looks like she needs to move her body dynamically and throw to that zone hold.
She's close.
Now
She's hit it. That's the zone secured with 1 minute and 1 second on the clock. Needs to push hard into that left shoulder. A big bodyweight transfer required.
transfer her body over to the left to create some pressure against that right side.
That's a pair of engaged shoulders if I ever saw one. She needs to slap across with that left hand, matching with the right to the volume. Oh my gosh!
Through these
Oh my gosh!
slumpers, these cheetah holds are well friction, but they are not positive.
Sasha, how is she still on the wall? She fell off then.
Luckily, she's gotten to this left hold, which is much better than that right hold.
And a bit of a knee bar as well.
Oh, her endurance is incredible.
She's got to stick it this goal. She's not going to have time if she doesn't. 19 seconds on the clock. Amelie Kühne, 16 years old from Germany. Everything she's got.
Generate some power off that left hand. Every time she doesn't go up to that final hold, She's losing power and momentum.
3 seconds. Oh, such a shame. What a heartbreak.
So close, yet now we know, I think that boulder is possible.
Definitely. And you know, that's one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Injustices of bouldering. Oh, look, we missed the top of Niels Favre, did we? There it is. Strong work. So that's 2 tops now for Niels Favre. That's going to put him into first place.
Niels Favre is coming out of the gate strong.
Maybe that little neck crack that you got yesterday gave him some extra strength. Okay, some new athletes. We have now Max Prinz of Germany joining us on the far left-hand side, and Aya Ono of Japan, that you can see her in those 5'10" high angles on the right-hand side. That says Julia Pingera. It's not.
She wants to get a little bit of a brush on her rollers. Also, Nora zurück, die Ungarin, Aya Ono, letztes Jahr Asien Continental Championship Gewinnerin gewesen, die beiden. Oh, Max, was war das für ein Move?
Max Prinz making his way around the corner.
Das ist genau diese Kombination, wir dürfen nicht zu viel verraten. Das ist nicht zu viel. Das ist eine Show. Und das ist genau das, was wir wollen. Wir wollen bei Adidas Rockstars dynamische Züge sehen.
Skipping that right hand undercling and going directly to the zone hold, making use of his height. But now he has to bring his body over to the right so he can balance enough to compress and hold that stem into that left hand.
Gestern als 20. ins Adidas Rockstars Semifinale gerutscht.
So, Aya Ono now. I believe there were just some technical issues actually. Thanks for your patience. If you were experiencing those should be fixed now.
Aya Ono moved her right heel higher onto the start hold.
Eure Unterstützung nochmal. Jetzt sieht es so aus, als wenn alle 4 gleichzeitig in den nächsten Versuch gehen. Stuttgart, gebt ihr nochmal ein bisschen Rückenwind.
Okay, Max Kleisattel, who I've been informed is possibly on the German team. He's one of the young guys on the team. I haven't seen him at any of the international events, so perhaps he wasn't selected for those, but certainly is maybe part of the squad. Ooh, just struggling with men's number 2 there. If you are tuned in, we would love to hear from you guys where you are watching in the world. Check in with us, drop us a comment. We love to hear that. We'd also love to hear your questions. We want to know what's going down. We want to know who you think is going to win. We want to know what you think of each move. We'd love to interact. That's what the Rockstars event is all about.
Hedge some bets and ask us some questions. We have your comments live here at our studio.
We do indeed. Max Schwenk's tuned in, Anne Harries is tuned in, Anna Davies tuned in, Shahida Kasimova's tuned in. There's so many names that are popping up that people are saying hello. So if you are tuned in, then let us know. We're also getting the feedback that our technical problems have been fixed, which is great news. Aya Ono there of Japan.
Aya Ono just had her recent birthday, greeted by a birthday cake at the registration meeting for the competitors.
She did indeed. Aya Ono is one of the top Japanese athletes, regular competitor on the international circuit. Simon's got in touch, he's tuned in Oslo, Norway. We're over here in Stuttgart.
Something I love about the diversity of the competitors that we see are the different approaches to the boulder problems, the way that each climber tries to solve these intricate puzzle pieces and put them together.
Okay. Japanese climber, Aya Ono, pressing up into the underside of the... Oh, a lot of tension required for that kind of move, Sasha. Nora Kirali of Hungary. With the toe hook. She needs to come all the way around.
Veering away from going right hand into that blue hold and staying on that yellow volume will save her more energy
theoretically. I mean, the way she's doing it, she's got less moves to do, but then also much more tension required. We've got people tuned in from Croatia, from Suffolk. Very good morning to everyone that's tuned in. Max Kleisattel competed for Germany at the Munich World Cup. He has gone back in now. Back out is Niels Favre, and we have another new athlete joining us. It's Will Bosey of Great Britain. Now, I have to remain professionally impartial, Sasha, but I would like to see Will do well. He's traditionally, I should say, a lead climber. It's very rare to see him compete in international bouldering events, but here he is.
Now with climbing being in the Olympics, we're going to be seeing so much more crossover, lead climbers competing in bouldering events, speed events, and vice versa.
There he is on that left-hand side.
Welcome in the semifinal. Mia Kröppel.
Ja, 36. Boulder World Cup overall letztes Jahr.
So Will now in those high angles, pressing through those cheetah slopers. You can see the right hand he's got a thumb on, the left he has no thumb on. Just trying to work out how to get around that corner.
So far we've seen men use that undercling and also Max just before not use the undercling and go directly to the zone hold.
Ist schon fast an diesem Move, dass es schaffen könnte.
Come on, Will Bosey. Based out of Edinburgh, Scotland.
Staying square with his feet seems very important in order to rock his body over and hold that compression.
Oh, just misses it. Very deep lock off that left hand.
Not only is it a deep lock off and a dynamic movement, you have to be so precise with your right hand in order to hit the in-between crack of those two holds that are wedged together.
Little slot that the setters have put there. Okay, there's Mia Kröppel. Another strong Slovenian. Slovenians really dominating the Boulder World Cup circuit. 18 years old. Sorry, Sasha.
The Slovenians and the Japanese teams have shown such strong appearances both at the Innsbruck World Championships but also here at the Rockstars event.
Mia's going to press up into the underside of that roof, trying to work out the best body position. People tuning in and cheering for Will. Julia presses up with the left hand. There we go. Keeps that body tension.
She needs to maintain weight on her left leg.
And then has to pop up into that big, what's set as a pinch in that you can just see on the lip there's a little screw on.
There's a little screw on, but that wall is deceiving. It's so steep.
Wow, look at that! Amir Nouri of Iran stuck the jump. Big right heel, slaps to the slopey rail, and
getting the top.
Hits the top. Great work from the Iranian climber. Another one of our Ticket to Rockstars athletes. One of the top 3 qualified men in that event.
So far it seems like the men's problems are seeing much more tops than the women's problems, as we haven't seen.
Yesterday as well, Sasha.
Yeah.
Look at that. Will Bosey, tops boulder number 1. Excellent work from Will Bosey.
Hat sich das Top geholt. Congrats, William. Sein erstes Top. Bei den Damen haben wir noch kein Top gesehen. Und da geht es nämlich schön daher, wenn wir die erste oben den beiden kennen.
Hat schon gesagt, William Bosey, dass wir dir nochmal die Zeitnummer, wie es runtergeht. 2 Versuche am Boulder Nummer 1. Und so weiter vorne. So, letzte Minute. Come on, boys and girls, last minute. Aber die Bühne.
At the minute mark, competitors are faced with such a decision whether they should give one more try or get on the wall later into the minute in order to have as much time as possible to recover. Wow, figure 4, that's a move we see more often in mixed climbing.
Niels Favre there with 25 seconds to go. Is it going to be another clutch send for him?
Wow, this is such intricate beta.
Oh, Niels heartbreaker.
Niels is really going for every single attempt to the last minute.
Sasha, people are really getting it behind Will on the social media. Alec McKenzie, Sam Parsons, both very, very pleased to see that Will managed to top his first boulder. End of that rotation now, and we see another new athlete joining us. This time we are welcomed by, or rather we welcome to the arena, Keita Watabe of Japan. Very, very strong climber. And Evgenia Kazbekova of Ukraine, who was the World Youth Bouldering Champion in 2011, I believe.
Just 2 years ago, I made a trip to Tokyo when we did a gym tour throughout the city, and there was such a saturation of climbing gyms and also strong Japanese climbers. Aya Inoue, one of them. Liam, I'm excited to see whether she chooses Oshi, go for that blue volume or stay on the yellow.
What would you do?
I would go out to the blue, hold. I think sometimes doing more moves, but easier moves, is actually a way to conserve energy and create rest along a boulder problem. But that said, I'm also traditionally a sport climber.
I have a confession to make. Evgenia Kazbekova was champion in 2010. Keita Watabe tops boulder number 1. Amazing work. And I have to say, I'm not surprised.
He did that quite quickly.
There's Max Claysattel, who I've been informed did compete in the World Cup in Munich and is on the German team. There is Evgenia Kazbekova. Let's see if we can... Oh, another athlete struggling with that move. I know bib number 56, representing Japan. Interesting, she's gone for the guppy on the top of that volume, Sasha.
She's doing what's called a meat hook with her hand at the top of that volume.
So you call it a meat hook?
I call it a meat hook. Some people call it a ham hock.
We call it neither of those things in England, but you can...
What do you call it in England?
Guppy. Guppy.
A guppy.
G-U-P-P-Y.
I have never heard of that move.
Yeah, guppy, like,
Another
it's just when you wrap your hand on a hold. Meat hook, I like it. That's Keita Watabe's replay there, topping that boulder number 1. There's Max Prinz, another German team member, 19 years old from Germany. Kind of stands to reason that he's from Germany if he's on the German team, right? One of the taller competitors as well. There's Kazbekova. Kicks the left foot across. Really good core tension there.
This problem requires so much body tension reaching up into that dihedral.
Interestingly, this is the boulder that Caddy set. The Caddy loves a crimp. And there's a lot of crimps on this. I wonder if Caddy's like just gone big on the crimps and the other girls haven't.
Caddy, having climbed 8C boulder outside, maybe underestimating how strong she truly is.
We'll have to wait and see. Of course, each tester does work with other testers to... Setter works with other setters to test the boulders.
I love this move, the way that you have to put your foot up above your head and turn around. That's something that you often see on roof climbing.
It is indeed, and this was actually, I would say it's probably 50 degrees, that section of wall. That boulder was set by Sakuru Hori. Sakuru Hori is a very interesting setter. One, he used to be a pro climber himself. He climbed at this event a number of times. Two, I would suggest that Sakura Hori sets for the highest concentration of top athletes on the Bouldering World Cup right now. He sets in the gyms in Japan. Nobody sets like Sakura sets basically, or for the athletes that he does. So to have him here is actually a really big deal.
There's a phenomenal set of route setters, and that to me is always something so important when it comes to competition climbing. What makes a good climbing gym, in my opinion, is the setting team.
Oh yeah, 100%. Good setting, good coffee, good tunes. I know I'm not quite able to work out boulder number 2.
The women's problems have a lot of body tension sloper movements to them. We're actually seeing less crimpers than yesterday's problems.
It does look that way. Okay, Max Claysattel calls it a day. He returns, and we have some new athletes joining us on the mats. This time, it is Zan Sudar of Slovenia and Afra Hernig of Germany that join us on boulder number 1. They are joined by Will Bozy, Amir Nouri, Niels Favre, Mia Krampo, Julie Pingera, and Amelie Kuhne.
I have to confess, I think that Niels is quickly becoming one of the underdogs that I'm rooting for. He is putting on such a strong performance, and having made it through last night through the Adidas Ticket to Rockstars event, not having done the traditional qualifier round, but actually probably having to expend more energy doing 8 boulder problems yesterday and performing so well in semifinals.
Last year we had Makoto Yamauchi, who did exactly the same thing. Whoa.
Wow.
He didn't qualify today. Elliot McKenzie says, Crimson Coffee, am I right? You are right.
Crimson Coffee, I can get behind that, absolutely.
Tune in later to Sasha and I's sideshow, which is called Crimson Coffee.
Now, this was really technical beta to get up into this position. Instead of campusing her way, she used her feet and worked her body. Mia Krempel.
There's Miss Pingera, Austria, reaches over to that sloper with the right, palms down into that large voltonic volume with the left. They actually tweaked that volume in the setting process. It used to be a bigger volume, one that I've never seen before. Kind of like that, but with a big concave shape in it. Very interesting.
Wow, incredible tension that she held with her body as she floated up that problem.
Now, look at that. Slides to the top of the volume, matches it with ease.
Women's number 3, I think that's our first top on the women's side.
It is, you're right, yeah.
Mia Krempel continuing with this beta of going left hand and then flipping around to match. See here, she can get a rest with her left hand. Quick shakeout can make a big difference, even while bouldering. Wow, that's some incredible flexibility that we're seeing right there, Liam.
I mean, these athletes truly are all-rounders these days, you know? It's not just about big guns or extra flexibility or being super light. It's really about kind of being everything. How's that changed over the years, Sasha?
The setting in competitions has drastically changed over the years. Back even when I was competing, the problems were much more endurance-oriented. At the ARCO Bouldering World Championships, the one that I came silver at, it was very technical, a lot of slab climbing, and now we have these amazing new volumes on the circuit that the large majority of these problems are kind of this balance between gymnastic-like parkour movements that require a lot of body coordination, agility, and dynamicism.
Will Bozy struggling on that dynamic move across on boulder number 2. Zan Sudar not quite piecing together number 1. Mia Krampel taking a second to shake out. Regenerate those forearms before she goes again on women's number 2. There's Amir Nouri, Iranian climber. We're trying to make sense of Sukuru Hori's boulder, men's number 3. There is German climber Afra Hernig, long-time member of the German national team.
Not securing her right heel actually on that hold.
Oh yes, Will Bozy sticks the dyno, pops up to the slopey rail with his left hand, matches in with the right, inches up to the top, and ladies and gentlemen, Great Britain's Will Bozy tops number 2.
Another final buzzer top out.
Amazing, amazing work. Psyched for Will. 1 top to his name. Currently, the standard is 2 tops, 3 bonuses. Will's Favre didn't manage to top boulder number 4. So that's his round over. That means 2 tops is what his result is. He'll have to sit back and wait to see if 2 tops is enough to see in the final 6. Something tells me that won't be the case.
Will Bosey is currently seated in the number 1 position.
Oh, look at that. I just saw that on the screen. Amazing. So that's all down to attempts. Another new athlete joining us now, Sasha, on the right-hand side. None other than Slovenia's Julia Kruder. And on the far left-hand side, Japan's Tomoaki Takata.
I believe Julia Kruder is Jerne Kruder's little sister.
That is correct.
Also competing later today, currently tied for first place, so he'll be coming out last.
Another talented competitor in her own right. She had a great season in 2017. 2018 really hasn't been her year. But that can just be the way that these things go. And actually, Sasha, you and I talked yesterday about how the longevity of these competitors is very interesting, how they can compete for years and years and years with no apparent success, and then before you know it, for example, with Jerne and Gabriel this year, both coming away with gold medals at the end of the season.
That is one of the most impressive things to me coming back here, obviously having not competed in some time in a bouldering competition, but seeing competitors who were competing when I was competing.
Keita Watabe now sticks the sloper with the left hand, matches him with the right, takes the top volume, and ladies and gentlemen, it's another top for Japan's Keita Watabe.
Keita Watabe made quick work of that boulder problem.
I think that might be 2 flashes. It is, which is going to put him into instant first place.
Whereas on the women's side, we still only have seen 1 boulder problem be completed.
If you are tuned in, then it's great to have you on board. My name is Liam Lonsdale. I'm joined this morning by Sasha DiGiulian. That is Aya Inoue, who topped boulder number 3. You can get in touch with us on social media, drop us a comment. Why not hit that like button, or if you're feeling particularly sharing, then share the broadcast.
I'm reviewing some of your comments now, and Sam Parsons commented, it's nice to see that the setting isn't just dynos, which I would be completely in agreement with. It's a lot of compression, intricate body sequences, and really not just double dynos, which can sometimes be a shame to see all of the same style on across the board of boulder problems.
I mean, it's worth pointing out in this competition we only had 45 men, I think, or 46 men invited, and 26 women competing. Fortunately, a few dropped out. There's Tomoaki Takata. So the setters actually have a quote-unquote easier job, or they have less people to split, basically. Whereas at the World Championships, when you've got a couple of hundred guys that are all competing, and the setters have to split those. Tech moves, dynos like that, triple dynos, those are the easy ways to split athletes, something that requires a lot of attempts.
It's also incredibly hard to set these days for competitions because the level is just so consistently high. And what's separating the competitors is just a matter, that was a 1-arm pull through.
That's how it was set. That's how Sukuru Hori did it. Locked in with that right, I get so confused which hand you go with. You go in up with the left, I think, turn it over and take the right, and then come down with the left. There's Max Clay-Sattel. Oh, he's got a knee on?
He just used his knee.
Being a trad climber at heart, I have to say, technical knee is one of my favourites. Saved many an onsite with a technical knee.
Though growing up, I was always taught never use your knees on rock climbs.
I was
Really,
also
with
taught that.
with these cheetah volumes, it's by any means get your body up the wall.
Exactly.
See,
And you didn't grow up on Lake District trad climbing.
different beta here. A double toe hook.
Now, interestingly, when this was set, Lauren Laporte, the head setter, said, I wonder if they'll try it with a toe hook, and they thought that maybe they wouldn't, thought it would be too hard, but great to see Eugenia Kozbekova attempting that beater, and there is Tomoaki Takata. topping boulder number 1 in 3 attempts. Such a high concentration, incredible athletes from Japan, Sasha.
There really are, and I believe that Tokyo is the city with the highest density of climbing gyms.
I think so, yeah.
Olympics 2020 taking place in Tokyo.
The World Championships there next year as well.
Yep.
Okay, new athletes. This time on the left-hand side is Florian Klingler of Austria. Joining us on the right-hand side is another Austrian athlete. It's Johanna Ferber. William Bosey now lines up for men's 3. He's climbed 9A outside. He is not shy.
I'm always so impressed by the climbers who've done both well in competitions and continue to climb hard on rock.
I believe he's done a couple of 9As actually. It's easy to see why when he deploys that 2-finger pocket. Oh, hello. Spins all the way around on that right arm, crimps with the right arm. He spins on the left arm. And this is how it was set. It's exactly it.
Endurance will be no problem for Will.
This is really, really nice work from Will Bosey now. Places that right toe in the pocket, left heel underneath that cheetah volume. Come on, Will Bosey, stick with it. Look at that, chalk it up.
Chalking up, you can tell he's comfortable on that left-hand crimp.
Hits the big ball, matches him with the left hand, he's slipping off. Come on, Will Bosey. Places the left foot, matches with the left hand, matches with the right. Great Britain's Will Bosey tops boulder number 3. Amazing work from Will Bosey. Sasha, first time I've seen the top on men's 3. What do you think of that?
I think that Bosey just made that boulder problem look kind of easy.
Yes, Will Bosey. I'm impartial, but I'm very impressed. Let's hear your reactions on the live stream for Will Bosey's send. That was incredible.
That was an incredible display of the endurance that he has, chalking up midway through the boulder problem.
True lead climber.
A true outdoor 9A climber.
And Will is still young as well. He's only 19 years old, so we can expect big things from him in the years to come. Speaking of big things in the years to come, Slovenia's Mia Krampel, 18 years old.
Mia Krampel working her flexibility as she balances her way up and pressing it off the right hand in order to stand up and stab for this next hold on the volume. So much body tension there to hold that hold. And now she just has to make a dynamic move to finish this. No foot on the left. That can sometimes be challenging because it's hard to generate. She's secured that one-arm hang and come in for the match.
Awesome work from Mia Krampel of Slovenia. Another top on women's 3, the third in fact. The only boulder in the women's comp to see top so far. I wouldn't let that fool you though. Mia is competitor number 5. We are 6 athletes in, or sorry, rather we're 8 athletes in, and we have another 15 to go.
But Will Bosey is sitting at the top of the leaderboard for the men.
That's my boy.
Auf der Weltinsel der Vergnügungsarena, kurz vor der Bucht von Tokio, nach den Olympischen Wettbewerben sehen. Und jetzt wird spannend. Angela wieder in Flammen, die Zange. Flo auf.
Johanna Ferber of Austria.
Johanna Ferber has some KT tape on her left arm. Might suggest an injury that she's nursing.
Sasha, last year on the semi-finals broadcast, Sean let us slip up with the music. I'm going to put you to the test now. Who sings this song?
That's not my name.
Florian Klingler now on men's number 1 with 1 minute to go. In fact, just less than a minute. Needs to palm with that left hand, needs to bring it in and keep the core tension. Struggling with that left.
Oh, that would have been a different way to see that boulder problem go down.
Almost spanned it. Afra Hönig now in women's 2. Sasha, you really don't know who sings this, do you?
I am stalling while watching this incredible athletic performance going on stage.
It's a band from Manchester. That's a clue. Oh, look at that! Oh, so close
body
to Amsterdam.
You know, I always am wondering, what are these competitors listening to just before coming out and competing? I know that I had a specific playlist with songs to the T lined up to the last minute just before stepping out onto my first boulders. I was a big fan of Linkin Park.
I am a big fan of Linkin Park.
I still am.
Love Linkin Park. A lot of people think it's a guilty pleasure, but personally I think they're amazing. Okay. New rotation. We have new athletes. On the right-hand side is, of course, Urska Repusic of Slovenia, using Okun shoes.
Another Slovenian athlete.
Always interested to see what athletes are wearing on their feet.
Urska is an 18-year-old.
On the far left-hand side is Mikael Mauem. Sam Parsons is the first person to tune in and let us know who he knows is the artist singing this song. He's got it right. You're not looking, Sasha. Tawaki Takata on men's number 2. Easily topped that.
Another top for Japan, Tomoyaki. The song currently playing is by Smash Mouth.
Sasha's really got a thing now that she doesn't know who sings that song. I'm going to tell you it was the Ting Tings.
The Ting Tings. Your clue about a band being from Manchester unfortunately didn't help me.
Yeah, I thought as much. Okay, Urska Repusic.
Urska trying to skip the stem over. Now she's noticing that she needs to make her way over to the left and really push it into that overhang, work her body over to stand up into her left. I believe that she's much taller than some of the other competitors that we may see. We also, Liam, have such a variety of heights and body sizes competing today, and that's always something that's really intriguing for me to see how the different competitors approach the climbs.
I mean, generally, or rather in general, the circuit seems to have a massive variation in sizes of athletes. Certainly someone like Jan Hoyer, 6'2", 80-something kilos, stood next to Tomoe Narasaki, who's 5'3" and 5 kilos.
Julia Kruder throwing the heel instead of the toe hook.
Could she be the first person to get a top on women's number 2?
She needs to carry her momentum, and she clearly has that strength. Come in and match. We can see that there's a little hold at the top of this volume that the competitors go to first and rock their bodies over to the left.
Julia Kruder now in those opposing slopers.
She needs to bring her body down further into the hold so that she can relax her body beneath the hold and really make use of what her hand is under.
Well, look who's tuned in on the broadcast. None other than Alexander Magos himself. First person to onsite 9A. One of only 2 people in the world to have done a first ascent of a 9B+.
Also a frequenter of the competitions now himself.
He is this year. Won a gold medal in Briançon earlier this year.
1 minute.
He's not bad.
He is such a beautiful climber to watch.
He's just a beautiful climber.
Just a bit.
Oh dear. I do love that boy. He's a very good friend, and I would like to see him climbing here. Never mind, he's not. Maybe next time. Aya Inoue of Japan on women's number 4. Those stacked cheetah volumes providing the steps with the feet. Urska Repusic still having a good old battle there with women's number 1. 28 seconds to go. Probably not going to be enough time.
Mikael, I love his style of climbing.
Mikael Moem is so strong, such great personality, but doesn't quite have the beats dialed there for men's number 1. Max Prince struggling with men's number 4 on the super boulder.
Keita Watabe knocked down William Bosey down to 2nd place, currently in the lead.
On the men's side, number 29, Rei Sugimoto from Japan, a former runner-up on Adidas Rockstars. War schon mal auf dem Super Bowl.
New athlete Sasha on the left-hand side of Japan, Rei Sugimoto. Former runner-up of the Adidas Rockstars event. And on the right-hand side, Andrea Kumin of Switzerland. Oh, look at this. Alex is chiming in with the weights of the climbers. Jan Hoyer's 79 kilos. I wasn't actually saying their exact weight. You know, I was just throwing it out there. I don't actually think Tomoe Narasaki is 5 kilos.
I believe that Jan Hoyer is the tallest competitor. Is he?
He's certainly one of the tallest.
6'2". That is a full foot taller than me at 5'2".
Yeah, he's a very strong and very large climber. There is William Bosey, man of the moment after flashing men's number 3. The only person to top it so far. Afra Hernig of Germany back with us on women's number 3. Sonja Gulden-Hamel's tuned in. Good morning, Sonja.
Making her way up to the final move of this boulder problem with an easy top.
Afra Hernig, tops number 3. Great work from her.
What's interesting, Liam, to note is which boulder problems the competitors choose to wear a chalk bag for and which not to wear a chalk bag for.
What would be your logic in that?
I would consider the boulder problems that are more dynamic and less moves, I probably wouldn't wear a chalk bag. Whereas this boulder problem, women's semifinal number 2, I would wear a chalk bag, because I would see an opportunity to chalk up and take a little break.
Interesting that Johanna Ferber hasn't seen that and has decided to opt to climb without short bag. Mia Krampel of Slovenia on women's number 4. Rei Sugimoto on men's number 1 in that difficult move across to the finish. Oh, he just drops it.
As we mentioned at the beginning, these boulder problems, no matter what order these competitors are coming out, we are seeing tops at different points in this competition. So it's really anyone's game.
Absolutely agreed. And as I mentioned already, we're barely even halfway through. In fact, we're not halfway through yet. So we've still got another 12 athletes to come out. And who knows what that's going to mean. Expect to see more tops. I think that's what we can pretty much guarantee. Rei Sugimoto going now.
Choosing not to come into that next hold on the volume. Anna Ferber getting creative with her right leg.
Da ist kein Grip und da musst du dir überlegen, entweder hast du so viel Fingerkraft, dass du dort die Finger platzieren kannst oder die Branke draufsetzen kannst wie eine Sauglocke und dann versuchen, dass du das schaffst und dann die Pendelbewegung rauszukriegen. Guck mal da, Yang Juda. Ja, das sind genau die Positionen, die gerade unser Fotograf sich natürlich wünscht.
Okay, here goes Will Bosey. Less than a minute remaining on the clock. Can he piece together number 4? Rei Sugimoto with less than a minute on the clock. Can he piece together number 1? It's coming down to clutch moments for these guys.
Many of the tops, however, Liam, we have seen are at the buzzer.
We have seen a lot of buzzer tops. Rei Sugimoto going for it now. Oh!
So close, yet choosing not to come into that hold on the volume, I think, is inhibiting his ability to arrive at that finish hold.
Now, Sasha, Mia Krempel is making her way up women's number 4 for the first time that we've seen and secures the top.
Mia Krempel for the second boulder problem that we've seen topped out.
Right. Although, I think maybe we missed the top before because looking at the results real quick, Julia Pinguera of Austria did manage to top that boulder before, so we must have just missed that one. Okay, Sasha, we have another rotation. We have more new athletes. And my wildcard pick, in fact, on the right-hand side is none other than 16-year-old Natsumi Hirano. And on the left-hand side, another Japanese athlete. This time it's Yoshiyuki Ogata. Now, I haven't yet met Natsumi. I really want to meet her. One, to see how tall she is, or rather how small she is. She looks tiny.
Natsumi was a highlight of my day yesterday, watching the qualifier round and seeing her really make use of her tiny frame, being so technical and precise with her footwork.
I mean, just to point out, this 16-year-old climber is at this event because she won Rockstars Tokyo, beating all of the rest of the Japanese team in the process.
That includes Miho.
It does indeed. Oh, and there's Yoshiyuki Ogata, look at that! Amazing contact strength, brilliant body tension, and execution there for the flash on boulder number 1. This is where things start to get interesting. Speaking of interesting, Mikao Mawem, during that flash, popped up to the slopers. Look at that body tension, and managed to flash. Look at that, Keita Watabe as well.
Keita Watabe, so many flashes this round. I think that he has a solid chance of us seeing him in finals tonight.
We're really seeing the action step up now, Sasha. So good.
Really, in these bouldering competitions, the best you can do is just flash these boulder problems. It goes undisputed, 0 falls.
Da sehen wir nochmal eine Wiederholung und seine 4 Minuten ein Häkchen mit einer 1 da drin. Und ja, alle 4 Herren haben geliefert, haben die Boulder jeweils getoppt.
Wow. Okay, so I've just managed to get my eyes on the results so far. And Keita Watabe has finished his rotations. He's done the 4 boulders. And looking at those results, Sasha, he has 4 tops in 4 attempts. And as we well know, that's about as good as it gets.
That is pretty unbeatable, except if the other men flash the boulder problems, obviously it would go back to compacts.
Look at Natsumi!
That is incredible. That's the first time we've seen that beta be done by one of the shortest competitors.
Incredible that maybe she just fits into the space. She was just too low with the right hand there on the crimp. Here's Yoshiyuki Ogata. Oh, we already saw that one. That was his flash. Loving the haircut that Yoshiyuki's busted out this season. The old crimped hair. Definitely the award for the most stylish team goes to Japan. That's one cool thing about this event, actually, Sasha. There's no team kit. Everybody's in their own clothes. So you really get to see, like, individual style coming out. And, like, the Japanese team, they got style.
I feel like every competition, the men specifically on the Japanese team rock different hairstyles.
Okay. Urska Repusic, 1 minute 19 seconds. Tops. I think we must have missed that one because the crowd are really quiet. Bearing in mind, just so you guys at home know, Sasha and I are watching the action on monitors, so we can't see what's happening on the wall.
I love watching Natsumi's control over these holds as she latches onto that zone hold and makes her way of utilizing her full flexibility.
Sasha Natsumi Hirano, the 16-year-old Japanese climber, is moving upwards now to that top. Oh, she just fumbles the volcano.
Oh, she was so close. I saw her fingers just missing outside of that positive finish hold.
Oh, that was so close. Okay, Yulia Kruda now, women's number 3, 30 seconds to go. Sasha, call it. Has Natsumi got enough time?
Natsumi has less than 30 seconds to go.
She's going.
Making her way.
Bumping it with that right hand, keeping that body tension. Oh, just misses it. What a shame.
What a shame, yet also high point on this boulder problem.
Oh, that was so close.
I love on Natsumi's t-shirt, it says, "I am fierce."
Oh my gosh. So, new rotation. 2 new athletes. Joining us now, 2 names that need no introduction. On the left-hand side, Jan, the Machine Hoyer. And on the right-hand side, Miho Nanaka.
Jan Hoyer at 6'2". He is one of our tallest competitors. Also bronze medalist in the combined at the World Championships this last week. Crusher on rock, crusher in competitions. Overall, genuinely nice guy.
Very strong competitor indeed. Has actually been a runner-up here at the Rockstars event in 2016. Thrilling super final against Samoa Narazaki. In fact, it was ridiculous. That guy was so fast. Blisteringly fast.
I recently spent some time with Miho at a women's only event earlier this week, and she was telling me about her shoulder injury that she's nursing from Innsbruck. Obviously, these boulder problems are so shoulder intensive, yet doesn't seem to be holding her back as she gets that zone hold on her first attempt.
I mean, this is the thing with these athletes, Sasha, you know, they're nursing injuries, and yet they still manage to thrash themselves and climb at this incredible level. Here's Miho Nanaka now, squeezing that left hand on that pinch. Big pop with the right hand, matches him with the left, and that's why Miho Nanaka is world ranked #1 right now. Miho Nanaka, the first top of women's #1. Sasha, that was thrilling.
Miho had such composure without a hesitation, just floated her way up to the top, and Jan Hoyer making full use of his gigantic wingspan, not even needing to come into that volume, bumping out from the arete.
Jan Hoyer basically has the equivalent wingspan of a Boeing 757. So for him to be able to do that isn't surprising. And look at that, Rei Sugimoto grappling his way up those slopey rails to top out on men's #2. The tops are coming thick and fast now, still in first place. Keito Watabe with 4 flashes. Second place, Tomoaki Takata with 3 tops in 5 attempts. Third place, Will Bosey with 3 tops in 7 attempts. In the women's competition, we have in first place, wait for it.
On the women's side, now we've seen 3 boulder problems be topped out.
We have indeed. Julia Pingera sits in first with 2 tops in 5. Mia Krampel with 1 top in 2. And Afra Hernig with 1 flash. Miho Nanaka is going to bump up there on countback once she gets some more bonuses to her name. But I expect to see more tops to Miho's name as well.
I predict we will be seeing a lot of tops on the men's side based on the momentum that has just begun.
See there, before is Zan Sudar of Slovenia, another young competitor, 20 years old. Still on the wall, Johanna Ferber.
Double toe hook on that yellow volume, yet another way to do this problem. Looking at that blue hold.
And that is, of course, Andrea Kumin. Johanna to her left.
Something about the competitors after these rounds, you can notice that their whole bodies have gone through the cheese grater amidst these volumes. Bringing her body over to latch that little crimper on the top of the volume, knowing that she needs to compress and hold that tension.
So close. Hey, and here, oh, Zan Sudar, so close. Managed to acquire a bit of tape on his shoe. Judges will have to refix that because that's the start tape for the boulder. Here's Afra Hernig. Oh, so close on that. Interesting coordination jump there.
Such a unique set of volumes. You can see on that start alone, there's 3 volumes molded together in order to make a 2-hand, 1 foot, 2 foot, 1 hand start.
At least you didn't say 3 hands. Oh, Zanj really struggling with that move. And Florian Klingler dynamically matching in that pocket, running out of time. But what a crazy way to do that move.
On the left-hand side, our bronze medalist from last year, the Adidas Rockstar event.
We have
From Tokyo,
new athletes
Japan,
joining us.
3-time
Last year's
world
bronze medalist
champion.
in the Rockstars event.
Here we go.
Kokoro Fuji.
And first in the Adidas Rockstars semi-final from Russia.
Yulia Kruder back out to attempt her final boulder problem.
Tatiana Shimonikina.
Tatiana Shimolenkina of Russia on the far right-hand side.
By the time you approach your final boulder problem, you're a little bit more relaxed than when you come out of the gate for your first boulder problem at any competition. Normally you've kind of broken that threshold of nerves, so you can see both knees on Yulia are bleeding due to these volumes.
If you're not bleeding, you're not trying. There is Urska Repusic on women's number 3.
It's great to welcome Alexei from Moscow.
If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Stuttgart. My name is Liam Lonsdale. I'm joined today by Sasha DiGiulian. We are delighted to welcome you to the semi-finals of the 2018 Adidas Rockstars event.
Natsumi making her way up this boulder problem number 2, delicately and precisely using all of her little mighty body she can.
Yoshiyuki Ogata topping boulder number 2.
Natsumi is fierce.
Unser youngster, Adidas Rockstars champion Tokyo, winning versus Akio Nobushi.
You can see Mikhail Mawem trying some interesting beta on men's number 3.
So, Yoshiyuki.
Oh, did he do it? Sasha, check that out. Oh, we lost it. We need to see the result.
I believe he stayed on his legs, compressing between his thighs, and he did top out.
Amazing work from Mikhail Mawem. It's the second top we've seen of that boulder. Third top we've seen of that boulder, in fact. Okay, Kokoro Fuji. Very, very, very talented athlete.
Every competitor has needed to make that decision of whether they come into that little hold on the volume or span their wings out and reach for the finish hold like Jan Hoyer did.
Kokoro Fuji took a gold medal in Vail in 2016, took a gold medal in Meiringen in 2017, and took a gold medal in Chongqing 2018. A gold medal every year for the last 3. That's pretty consistent. There was that top from Mikhail Mawem.
We're reading your guys' comments. Tune in. Let us know what you think of our commentary. Let us know what you want to be seeing more of. We are reading, yes, I guess you need all 4 boulders for men's finals, so it will come down to attempts.
Who says that? Marcel Domke. I think he's right.
Looking like that might just be the case. The men's boulder problems are going down at a higher frequency than the women's boulder problems, which we're yet to see all 4 boulder problems be topped.
I think our top female competitors will come away with 4 tops. I'm pretty sure. Every boulder there is toppable. Who sings this song, Sasha?
I'm blanking. I know this song so well, I just had to move my microphones because I was about to be singing.
Every boulder's been topped now in the women's competition.
Takata.
Easy top for Tomoaki Takata. You don't know who sings it, do you?
I do know who sings this song.
Who
I
can
just
beat
want to be
Sasha?
watching this. This is my new little inspiration.
She's so
so
good.
fierce. Look at
Whoa,
that.
look
Use
at
the very
that.
knee. crossing.
Like a shin and thigh
and
wedge.
chalking up. And she
Gamba
has to
gamba.
generate and make this long reach to the top. Her height clearly limiting her a little bit as she was trying to maneuver her body up and over those volumes.
I mean, she really is tiny. I want to see how tall she is.
Let's hear it from Natsumi Hirano.
Urska Repasic there on women's number 3. Look at that. Natsumi Hirano waltzing back in, cool as a cucumber, just checking out Urska Repasic's beater on women's 3. So good. Like a seasoned competitor.
Wir sind draußen mit einer unglaublichen Saison.
Someone called Alexander Migos says, we're doing a great job.
Oh, yes. Alexander Migos is commentating on my ability to know song names and artists. Names are not as strong suit of mine. Yes, correct.
Okay, we've got some new athletes joining us, this time on the far left-hand side, the gold medalist in Munich, Slovenian 23-year-old Gregor Vezonik, and on the right-hand side from Russia, finalist in Munich, 29-year-old Katya Kiprianova.
We also have Mr. Jan Hoyer back out on the mats.
We also have Rei Sugimoto, Florian Klingler, Miho Nanaka, Andrea Kumin, and Johanna Ferber.
Hat den ersten Boulder nicht geschafft und den zweiten Boulder mit 3 Versuchen. Here we go. Racing Moto, Gamba Gamba.
Canvassing his way up, holding that compression tension and topping out.
And while Rei Sugimoto's climbing really well there, all the other athletes are still hot on the action.
Schaltet seine Flügel ein und nimmt den dynamischen Weg.
Somebody said the song's called Somebody Told Me. They're actually wrong. It was Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside by the Killers and another top for Miho.
Just in the background of that shot there of Kiprianova, we saw Miho Nanaka topping number 2. Gregor Vezonik there on men's number 1. Came out with a fire. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was an incredible display of crimp strength as he dynamically held the swing.
Awesome flash from Veze.
No matter what order these men have come out on, we've seen such a variety of performances. Thank you, Maximilian, on the feed. Appreciate the feedback.
Maximilian saying that Sasha's doing an awesome job. I'm inclined to agree. First time that she's ever commentated a live competition. Jan Hoyer now in those opposing Gastons, 2 feet on that big sloper, slaps to the compression move. Almost has to, his reach is so big it's almost difficult. Easily sticks the dyno. Jan Hoyer now just needs to hold it together. Slaps to the slopey rail, matches on with the right hand. Going for the top volume, 1 hand, 2 hands, ladies and gentlemen, Jan the Machine Hoyer.
As soon as Jan figured out that start positioning, he crushed that boulder problem on his 3rd attempt.
Lots of action still going on. Katya Kiprianova there just trying to make sense of boulder number 1. Bruce King asks, if we're watching on screens, why is that? Are we in Stuttgart? We are indeed in Stuttgart. The reason that we watch from a screen, Bruce, is that we get to see what you get to see. Rather than us seeing the wall and commenting on action that you can't see, which makes for a not very good quality live stream, we actually talk about what we can see on the screen, therefore you get to see it. So that's why we are set off from the competition wall in a studio. And yeah, that's the reason why. I hope that answers your question.
Miho Nanaka, the only woman to have completed the 1st and 2nd boulder problem at this point.
I think, I'm just going to throw it out there. I think Miho's going to get 4 tops.
I have a feeling that we will definitely be seeing Miho in finals tonight. 1 minute remaining.
Miho has unfinished business at this comp. She finished 5th in 2015, 3rd 2016, 3rd 2017. No Yanya, no Akio. Maybe this is her year.
the women who have been able to figure out women's qualifier or women's semifinal problem number 1 have seemed to skip the traverse over through pressing into that inverted crimp on that steep section and gone straight up to the jib that's on the volume.
15 seconds to go. Katja Kipraneva's foot just popping there. That's pretty time up for her. Nice crowd forming here now, Sasha, here in Stuttgart. This place will be packed to the rafters later this evening. Over 3,500 people will be inside the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. Kokoro Fuji's back out for another go, this time on boulder number 2. Anja Pehat of Slovenia joins us on boulder number 1, and Chloe Collier of Belgium joins us in the women's competition. Urska Raposic there, one of the tallest female competitors on women's number 4.
I would love to see a size lineup of the different competitors, from Natsumi all the way up to the tallest female competitor, as well as some of the men lined up next to tall competitors like Jan Hoyer.
Yes. Come on, Natsumi. Natsumi Hirano moving up women's number 3 now.
Natsumi in the I Am Fierce t-shirt, showing her true strength, grit, and flexibility as she makes her way up. This move is going to be challenging for someone of such a small frame, but look at that usage of a backward heel.
Static.
Static.
The girls have been jumping to that. She goes static. She has one big move to finish. Can she execute? Using the wall to get up there. Gamba Gamba. Oh, yes!
And a top for Natsumi.
Natsumi
my
Hirano.
Little hero.
I think Natsumi Hirano is your spirit animal.
I think I fell in love with her from the moment I saw her pink shirt saying I am fierce. Her climbing ability, her flexibility, her technique, her overall ferocity.
I'm into it. She's cool. Sasha, this is Adidas Rockstars and climbing meets music, so I can talk about the music without feeling guilty. Who sings this one?
I can't even hear this song, Liam, with this headset on. Give me a moment. Let me try and listen to it.
Okay. If you are watching on the live stream, you can hear the music in the background, then please do comment Yoshiyuki Ogata with 3 flashes in this competition.
3.
21 years old.
Max Schenk asks, has women's 4 seen the top? It has. It's seen a couple of tops now. And Urska Reposic adds to that tally.
We still only have 1 male who has flashed all 4 boulder problems, yet we have more men to come, and Ogata is flashed all of them so far, right?
Yeah, correct. He's flashed every block of the 3 that he's tried. Someone's got it right on the live stream already. You can't look. Simon or Zurka.
I've yet to listen to the song, Liam. Here we go, Chloe.
I love that you're just trying to like palm it off, that you're paying attention to the action. It's really interesting to me to see how the women do on boulder 1. You know, we've got so many women just standing up easily on that hold, and so many women just keep popping off it as well. Kokoro Fuji on men's number 3. Or, rather, that's men's number 2, but he easily flashed that one. Good morning to, oh, it's afternoon now indeed, but good morning to Matt Bird, who's most likely in England. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. And Jeppe Harch topping boulder number 1 in 2 attempts. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and this morning I'm joined by Sasha DiGiulian of the USA. She'll be here with me for the whole day, and we'll actually have some guests in the studio with us later. You can find out about those broadcasts by liking Rockstars Community on Facebook. How's it going for you so far, Sasha?
Following along to the broadcast, thank you guys all for tuning in. It is going tremendously here. It's a morning, now mid-afternoon actually, in Germany. We've been so absorbed into this action Making our way down the list of the semifinalists.
40 Sekunden.
Good music, good rock climbing, good show.
Mit der Unterstützung von Stuttgart, das ist so
It was the
herrlich,
Bloodhound
dass
gang.
er selber anspringt.
The bad touch.
Fantastisch. Fantastisch. Das ist es, das brauchen unsere Athletinnen und Athleten. Und es wird gerade
Mikhail Mawem on men's number 4. Really needs this top with only 2 to his name so far. Places that right hand. Oh, he's out of there.
Time is up and we're on to a new rotation.
One more time, genau so ist es. Und wir freuen uns auf Vadim Timanov. Kommt aus St. Petersburg in Russland, 10. Europameisterschaften.
Two new athletes in the rotations now, Sasha. Russian athlete joins us on the left-hand side. Bib number 31 is 25-year-old Russian climber Vadim Timanov. And on the right-hand side, it is none other than Austria's 19-year-old Laura Stöckler.
Weltmeisterin, Jugendweltmeisterin, letztes Jahr im Kopf geworden in Innsbruck 2017. Aus Haag kommt sie jetzt im Adidas Rockstars Semifinal. Laura Stöckler.
Just after this round, we have world champion gold medalist Kai Harada and USA's own Alex Puccio coming out. But right now on the mats, we have Jan Hoyer.
You know it's hard when Jan falls off. There's Miho Nanaka.
Miho making quick work of this next women's boulder problem, number 3.
Reigning overall Boulder World Cup winner this year. She was second 6 of the 7 events and won the other one. Such a consistent performer.
Miho's shoulder injury is not holding her back.
Und Gregor Beschonik, also der Dritte der Boulder WM. Jan Hoyer, Dritter, Bronzemedaillengewinner der Sports Climbing Combined-Wertung, also der neuen.
Jan Hoyer surely feeling the significance of needing to top out these boulder problems in order to make it to finals. You know, in isolation, you don't know exactly how the other competitors are doing, but you can always get a feel for which boulder problems are being topped out. If it's 2 minutes into the rotation and someone walks back already.
Katia Kiprianova, successfully topping boulder number 2. It's not had many tops, that one. Just goes to show how strong she is.
Award for top 6 finishes in the World Cup in the current season. Here we go. Ekaterina Kiprianova. Here we go with Rei Sugimoto, former runner-up on the Adidas Rockstars event. He had his 2nd place on the Super Bowl already.
There's Rei Sugimoto on men's number 4. Big palm down with that left hand. Look at that, using his entire forearm in the scoop of that cheetah hold to get the feet in there. Amazing flexibility, stands up, matches the top.
Die eingepresste Variante. Jetzt hat den Griff und holt sich wahrscheinlich, wenn den oben packt auf die Kante, den
Look at that, Gregor Vezonik on men's number 2. Matches the slopey rail, uses that right heel hook to inch his way up and slap to that finishing volume. A proper grovel. Oh, great work from him. Gregor Vezonik takes the top on number 2. There's 2 tops for him.
Keito Watabe still at the top of the leaderboard with 4 flashes.
Currently the cutoff is 2 tops in 2, 4 bonuses in 5. Mikhail Mawem in 6th. Will Bozy still sitting pretty in 5th. Rei Sugimoto in 4th. Yoshiyuki Ogata in 3rd. Tomoaki Takata in 2nd. And Keito Watabe in 1st. That's a lot of Japanese climbers.
The Japanese showing is strong both on the men's side and the women's side, with Natsumi and Miho already performing in the top.
The crazy thing is there's still another athlete to come from Japan.
Come on, pump up the volume, DJ Chainsaw.
Sam Parsons asks, Sasha, is it harder for the climbers that climb later due to the amount of chalk on the boulders?
It is certainly harder when you're later in the deck. The climbs are racking up sweat, chalk. The judges are brushing the holds and trying to maintain the integrity of them as much as possible. But there is definitely a bit of a disadvantage, to be honest, coming out later. And it's interesting because the better you qualify, the more you're punished.
Vadim Timonov topping boulder number 1 in 4 attempts.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the world champion 2018, 19 years old from Japan, the Rocket Kai Harada.
And on the women's side, we are also...
Another rotation means more new athletes, and on the women's side, we have joining us this time, last year's winner, the USA's 29-year-old Alex Puccio, and on the left-hand side, the winner of Adidas Rockstars Tokyo, the third place in the International World Youth Champion event, but the first place in the World Bouldering Championships just last week in Innsbruck. It's Kai Harada, 19-year-old climber from Japan.
2 of my top running competitors out right now competing on qualifier number 1. Kai Harada clearly making quick work of boulder problem number 1.
Sasha, this guy, he's so cold. He's just so cold. Just chilled.
He has zero hesitation, such a chill climbing demeanor. Really knows how to keep his cool and crush boulder problems.
And at only 19 years old. Kokoro Fuji over there on men's number 3.
Meanwhile, we have Alex Puccio making quick work of problem number 1 with a flash. Strong showing of women's number 1.
Und er ist der zweite Top an Boulder Nummer 1, Miro Naka und Alex Puccio zieht nach. So, wir unterstützen bei den Herren Yoshiki Ogata, Alex Puccio hat getoppt.
Anja Pehartz easily flashed boulder number 2. And there is
Alex Puccio making her way up to demonstrate how boulder problem number 1 is done with a flash.
so strong from Alex. Yoshiyuki Ogata on men's number 4. Look at that. Look at that hip flexibility, Sasha. That is not a big space. Oh, and look.
Natsumi, the little ferocious one.
Wonder where that puts her now.
There have been so many less tops on the women's side than on the men's side, and
those 2 tops from Natsumi Hirano are going to put her into 2nd place for now.
cutoff is top 6 for finals tonight. We are seeing a strong possibility of our 16-year-old moving forward.
That would be so rad.
I'm cheering for her. Top for Natsumi in the pink. Chloe Collier shaking out and gunning up for this final section. We're in the women's 510 high angles. Securing the top.
Hey Sasha, who sings this one?
I get knocked down. I get up again.
Chumbawamba.
You are looking on your phone.
No, I'm posting on Instagram. Honestly, it's a weird skill.
I can tell you the names of the songs, artists. I need to improve. 1 minute to go.
Anwärter Nummer 3, das die bleibenden Verbleibenden für die letzte Minute.
Another strong Japanese climber trying to use his knee to get up onto that volume. All body parts possible.
Hinten noch ein Versuch und die Unterstützung ist eben sicher. Gerne nochmal rhythmisch.
Yoshiyuki Ogata there with 23 seconds left on the clock.
Come on, Yoshiyuki.
Whoa, just misses it.
Pulling on just straight after a fall. Get back up into that volume.
Waiting to be out on course. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The public favorite from Seoul, Korea, Young Won Chon.
Now, Sasha, there's another rotation about to happen, and I have to say, this is one of my favorite competitors and possibly my tip for the win tonight. On the right-hand side, in the women's competition will be Petra Klingler, but on the men's side, there he is, the man with the plan, Jong Won Chon.
Jong Won Chon is such a technician. He knows how to utilize all of his frame. He casually makes his way up and around the corner of this boulder problem. I have a feeling that he will not have an issue with this last move, but I don't want to do the commentator's jinx, so let's see.
Last year, Chon said to me, in no uncertain terms, next year I will be the winner. He won the Asian Games earlier this year. He got silver medal at the Bouldering World Championships and casually tops boulder number 1, Flash.
He is a man with a plan. Quick work of problem number 1, Flash. Jan Hoyer topping out another.
Boulder number 4 tops for Jan Hoyer. The thing that I love about Jong Won Chon is his character. He really brings his character to the game. He gets the crowds going. He is an entertainer, and he's a brilliant climber.
Jan Hoyer not afraid to use his knee and get up onto that finish as well.
I mean, for someone the size of Jan, that's a small space to fit in.
I would say that Jan has full permission to use his knee into that volume, as his foot would probably put him into pretzel status.
Pretzel. Pretzel status. Is that what I love that.
Walking back with a smile. Such a strong performer. Look at that agility as she just casually made that double dyno and made her work up, crimping onto that last hold before reaching for the sloper and topping out.
If you are enjoying the broadcast, don't be afraid to share it. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Liam Lonsdale. I'm here with Sasha DiGiulian this morning. We are at the tail end of the semi-finals. In the men's, we have 4 more competitors. Same in the women's. Still have the first place qualifiers. In the men's, it was a tie with Golomali Boratsade and Jerne Kruder. In the women's, clear first place was Serbia's Stasha Geo.
We also have some excitement coming up for those tuning in from the U.S. Kyra Condi, still yet to come out. Qualified in 3rd yesterday in qualifiers.
Looking forward to seeing Kyra competing. She's a great climber, very tenacious athlete, great movement.
Petra Klingler. A
Swiss
fun
athlete.
fact about Petra Klingler
Hit me with it.
is that she is not only a World Cup gold medalist in bouldering, she also is a gold medalist in ice climbing
True
as
fact.
well
True
as
fact.
the European champion in female boxing.
She was the European champion in boxing back in the day. I think it was a youth champion. Well, Petra won the gold medal in Kirov, Russia. Look at that. She also was the world champion in bouldering in 2016.
Another fun fact, Petra Klingler and I are sharing a hotel room here in Germany.
Keine Männer erlaubt. Das hat dem Niklas natürlich ganz besonders gefallen.
Number 86 is, of course, Austrian athlete Laura Stöckler.
Carrying her momentum over to secure that zone hold. Really pulling in with her left hip to hold that heel hook, now transferring over.
I mean, it's worth pointing out that Laura Stöckler is of a high caliber. She was actually the youth world champion in the combined format in 2017. She was 3rd in European Youth Championships in bouldering in 2017, 3rd in European Youth Championships in lead in 2017. She's not bad.
every single competitor on this list has such an impressive resume. We are in for a good show tonight and an incredible showing this afternoon. Holly Jamieson asked for tuning in from Australia. Shout out to you. Thank you for your commentary. We are watching the comments live here in the studio and appreciate all of your feedback and positive vibes.
Laura Strickler grappling with those cheetah volumes that are definitely going to be feeling worse. The hot lights, the chalk, the sweat.
Wie ihr schon drauf seid, es ist fantastisch.
Matches in with the right hand.
Transfers her body weight over in order to secure that compression stick into the hold. Slipping off.
Out of there. Next athlete, another German, and this time on the left-hand side, silver medalist in the Youth World Championship is Yannick Floy, and on the right-hand side from Slovenia is Katja Kadic. Returning to the mats is Kai Harada, Anja Pihat, Kokoro Fuji, Alex Puccio, Chloe Collier, and Tatiana Shemolinkina.
Kai Harada just coming off of his fresh gold medal at the Innsbruck World Championships. Wasting no time to spread his wings and fly up these boulder problems.
He just looks so calm, always.
He didn't even need to cut his feet on that move.
Alex Puccio bei den Damen an Boulder Nummer 2, Chloe Collier.
Another flash for Kai Harada. Clearly one of our top runner competitors of this event.
It's kind of speechless, to be honest, Sasha, which in my line of work is a problem. He's just so calm. Tsitsi van Sluten has tuned in. Great to have you on board. Great to have you all on board, wherever you tuned in from. Give us a shout. Let us know where in the world you are watching the Adidas Rockstars semi-final. Kokoro Fuji's here in Stuttgart, and he has finished his semi-finals round with 4 tops in 6 attempts, rather.
Alex Puccio in true Puccio fashion, taking dominance over this next boulder problem. I'm never surprised.
Monster.
You know, Puccio was just telling me last night at dinner about a knee injury that she's overcoming. She is such a champion of overcoming injuries and staying in the game for so long, reigning for almost a decade national champion, and countless international accomplishments. She's such a warrior.
Am Boulder Nummer 3. Er braucht auch mal Lösung, genauso wie die Damen Katja Kadic und Tatiana Shemolinkina. Sie ist jetzt am Einstieg im Superboulder.
Reading the commentary by Bruce King about Miho not qualifying first or second, yet crushing this round, that just speaks to the unpredictable nature of competition climbing. Some rounds are going to create better boulder sets for you personally. Some days you just have better days than others, and sometimes there's actually strategy to it.
Indeed. Sasha, just after Chloe has done this, I'm going to tell you something. Let's go, Chloe. As I looked at the screen, I realized that Chloe became effortlessly close, and there you go, tops number 3 with ease. That's 2 tops in 3 attempts for Chloe Collier. Sasha, what I was about to say is after this broadcast, we're of course going to be doing a post-semi-finals analysis and review. We're going to have some people in the studio with us. In that broadcast, what time is that going to be on local time?
That local time is 1:45 for a semi-final summary.
Exactly. So if you do want to tune into that, make sure you check out adidas-rockstars.com/live or Rockstars Community on Facebook or at Adidas Rockstars on Instagram. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in that semi-final summary. We'll also be live later with a technical analysis, including some very interesting stuff from Udo Neumann. So do look out for that at 5 p.m. local time. And then we will have a pre-show before the finals which begins at 7:15. So lots going on.
Also, you can take part in the social conversation by hashtag Adidas Rockstars. And on the website, adidas-rockstars.com/live, you will see your social world feedback and commentary there on the website.
Katja Kadic, Tatjana Schemolinkina und Yannick Frey, der war schon an den Deltas. Der nächste Griff hoch aufs Top mit beiden Händen. Come on, Yannick. Da holt sich das Team.
There he goes, Yannick Floe topping boulder number 1. 19-year-old German.
5 Minuten benötigt, aber geliefert.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change.
Watabe still at the top of the leaderboard with 4 flashes. A strong Japanese men's semi-final performance with the top 4 male competitors being Japanese. Jan Hoyer sitting at 5th place, top 6 moving forward. Now we have Jungwon Chon from Korea.
Come on, Chon. Oh, just missing that on the flash.
From US, Wickham in the semifinal. Cara Conti, sie haben uns voll überrascht.
Petra Klingler.
In der Qualifikation.
Petra and I were actually in Zillertal together earlier this week, shooting photos for one of her sponsors.
Die richtig in Schwung gekommen ist.
Petra has been another long-time competitor. I used to compete against her in my youth category, female 92s, and she competed in lead, she competed in bouldering. Now she has shown prowess in both bouldering, ice climbing, and as well in lead, taking part in the finals of the combined in the Innsbruck World Championships this last week.
Both finals, indeed, yeah. Oh, Gregor Vezonik just struggling with boulder number 4. Petra Klingler not struggling with the first moves on boulder number 2.
Something interesting to note, Petra Klingler is using the old Pythons, which is a shoe not made by La Sportiva anymore, but was actually one of my favorite shoes as well. Soft shoe, amazing for competitions, has such good grasp over these volumes. She's pressing into that left shoulder, bringing her body over.
She's actually crimping an edge on that left hand, Sasha. Can you see that?
There is an edge on that volume.
Oh, I missed that. Ah, I see it. Oh, I did know that was there. I did know that was there. Katia Kiprianova, top women's number 4 there.
Die Katharina Kiprianova damit auf Platz Nummer 2 vorgebouldert mit 3 Tops. Lulu Nakam angefochten. An 1 mit 4 Tops. Alex Puccio an Platz Nummer 3, aktuell die ersten 3. Die 6 besten Damen und Herren kommen weiter. Aber wir sehen gerade die Silber- und die Bronzemedaille der Weltmeisterschaft in Innsbruck bei den Herren. Jungwon Chon und Gregor Vezonik. Aber
Job für Sergej Tomischko, für den Ukrainer aus Kiew.
Jungwon Chon just biding his time there.
Another strong performance on these problems from Austria, women's semi-finalist problem, number 3. Laura walking back, one more problem to go for her.
Zweifacher Weltcup-Gesamtsieger des Jahres 2015 und 2016. Here we go.
Jungwon Chon sticking the move, rotating on that right foot there. Amazing body tension. Brilliant contact strength with that right hand. Matches in on that slippery rail. Takes the top on boulder 2 in 3 attempts. 4 attempts to top, 2 attempts, 2 bonuses in 4 attempts. Petra Klingler still fighting.
Petra Klingler making her way, trying to hold that tension. We know that this cheetah volume on the left is actually quite positive in comparison to the right as well. Can she generate enough momentum to hit that finish hold? something that Petra was telling me last night was the fact that her body was just so run down from 10 intense days of competing at the Innsbruck World Championships just last week. She also took part in the finals for the overall combined ranking, which created another set of competition climbs. So she's clearly trying to overcome the fatigue while also still putting on her best performance this weekend. Kyra Condi, another one of my favorite competitors to watch from the US. Such a strong competitor, climber, topping out women's qualifier #1, knowing the significance of that.
So easy. So easy. That was crazy. Petra Klingler still on the grapple with #2. Oh.
So close.
We also saw Sergei Topishko topping the boulder on that one. We've got some more athletes to welcome back to the event.
One of my personal favorites, Alex Puccio.
13 as well.
On the left-hand side, he placed first yesterday, tied with Gonorali Baratsade. He is overall World Cup winner for 2018. It's none other than Jerne Kruder.
Jerne Kruder slipping on that first problem. Obviously, the wear and tear of these climbs as we progress through the 23 competitors, there's chalk buildup on the holds. The friction becomes a little bit less fresh for these later competitors, who in fact qualified in the top positions yesterday.
Du hast recht, es ist Chloé, weil der Aktion noch da hinten nach dem Ike drauf ist, ne?
Ich hoffe, ich spreche das richtig aus, Janik.
Jerne Kruder, longtime competitor, was on the circuit when I was competing several years ago, has had some breakout success these last few years, securing his dominance on problem #1, knowing the significance that it is for men to be qualifying into finals with tops.
Bobbins O'Leary's tuned in. Great to have you on the broadcast, Bobbins. One thing that I wanted to say, Sasha, actually, one of my favourite moments about Jerne's winning the overall World Cup this season, and particularly also at Meiringen, where he took his first ever gold medal, wasn't the fact that he won, it was the reaction of the rest of the circuit. Every single competitor rushed over to him, even the people that had been battling him for gold in finals. He was embraced, he was raised up as a champion, and everybody felt that success for him. Everybody. It wasn't okay, finally he's won one. It was just elation on behalf of everybody. Alex Puccio topping there.
Something fascinating to me, Liam, is the fact that competitors like Alex Puccio, Jerne Kruder, they've been on the circuit for so long. And when I was competing, Jerne wasn't even making semifinals often. And his resistance and endurance to just continue fighting until he realized that gold medal is fascinating.
Just saw Kai Harada there, holding onto his own wrist to stick the move through the pocket. Ice cold again, just casually placing the right toe into that hold, standing hard on the left on the crimp. Oh my gosh, Sasha. You just cruised men's #3. Kai Harada, the world champion, is in cruise control.
No surprise there with Kai Harada, gold medalist, world champion. Calm, cool, and collected. He walks backstage to get prepared for his final boulder.
Katja Kadic there on winning #2. Sticks it, flashes it. Current results: in 6th place, Julia Pingera; 5th place, Urska Repasic; 4th place, Koi Collier; 3rd place, Kati Kiprianova; 2nd place, Alex Puccio; 1st place, Miho Nanaka. Everything to change yet. Still a lot of athletes to climb through their rotations. One more athlete until we're finished bringing new ones out. Our Bestvater has joined us. We'll have Sasha Geo next. In the men's, again, cut-off is, of course, at the top 6.
Genau, zeigt's nochmal. Die Minute, die letzte
Sasha was the gold medalist in the European bouldering championships.
She was last year. 6th place at the moment is Jan Hoyer of Germany. 5th place is Anžepe Hartz of Slovenia. 4th place is Yoshiyuki Ogata of Japan. 3rd place, Tomoaki Takata of Japan. 2nd place was Kai Harada. 1st place is Keita Watabe. 4
Sasha
Japanese.
is fully used that compression.
That's Alma. Stasha's out next.
Alma.
That's Alma Bestvater. Strong German climber. Top-ranked German female at the moment.
22-year-old.
Our ticket to Rockstar finalist. Still on the 6 place. Here we go. From
Chong Chon back out for men's number 3.
Miho at the top of the women's leaderboard for this round so far of Japan.
And we've got our first place qualifiers out now, Sasha. We have Stasha Gale of Serbia and Golomali Boratzadeh of Iran. There's Stasha on your screen right now.
Sasha is a 20-year-old from Serbia.
Trained in Slovenia. Very friendly with the Slovenian team. You can see in the background there, Kyra Condi.
And Petra Klingler making her way up this 3rd boulder problem, utilizing her flexibility. She needs to get that foot more onto that hold. There she goes. Balancing over to really pull against the ret of that feature. She needs to push her body up and mantle on top.
There's a very real possibility, Sasha, that we could have 5 Japanese in the men's final.
There is a high possibility of that as well on the women's side to have quite possibly of their climbing gyms. Their gyms are set up with boulder problems unique and like to competition climbing. And I find that is really important if you want to be competing on this circuit, having success. You need to be climbing on boulder problems that are similar style.
International training facilities are becoming more and more common. Sergei Topishko of Ukraine beasting men's number 2. Britain's got a national performance centre now in Manchester dedicated to bouldering. We have France, you know, they have the Karma Gym in Fontainebleau in France. We have Kletterzentrum Innsbruck, where the Austrian team train. There's so many different national facilities. You know, those are just a few examples.
We see that replicated. I live in Boulder, Colorado, and Robin Ebersfield has opened a training facility gym for mainly youth climbers called ABC Climbing. And in this gym, we have comp-like gym setting. Overall, our gyms are still relatively commercial and phenomenal training setups, but you rarely find these competition-like boulder problems.
Okay, Golomali Boratzadeh on men's number 1, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran.
He also last year qualified in 1st place after qualifiers, yet did not continue to hold his 1st place title.
Golomali Boratzadeh hat gefeiert gestern sein Geburtstag, aber jetzt die gab's live.
Debating whether he should come in with his left hand to that hold or bump all the way to the finish. He just might not have the wingspan of Jan Hoyer, but it looks like he's going for it.
He has got the wingspan of Jan Hoyer, for sure. He's very tall. What he didn't seem to have there was the core tension of Jan Hoyer. Kyra Condi wearing bib number 65 on women's number 2.
Kyra Condi, an incredibly strong climber out of the US. I've watched her train. She's probably one of the world's best women on the campus board, clearly showing her strength on this boulder problem. Stockler of Austria.
Grandios verabschieden kann aus dem Adidas Rockstars Semifinale. Sascha Stöckler.
Stuckler making strong work of this boulder problem.
Laura
going
Stuckler, super solid. If you are watching on Facebook and the live stream ended, please accept our apologies. We're experiencing some technical difficulties there. The most reliable place to watch this broadcast is adidas-rockstars.com/live. Sometimes the powers that be in the kind of host companies kick streams off. Who knows what happens? Technical difficulties can happen. So if you are watching and you want a stable stream, adidas-rockstars.com/live is the best place to watch. Golamali Boratzadeh in the nick of time. Matches! Amazing work!
A buzzer finish just like we saw set by Niels Boratzadeh securing his top.
Niels Favre was, of course, the first person to gain time that one. But it is Golamali Boratzadeh that manages to top that one this time. Kai Harada on men's 4 now. Currently sitting in 11th position with 3 tops in 7 attempts. Really needs this one. If he doesn't top this, Sasha, he's out.
Kai Harada is a climber that can perform under pressure, not looking fazed by the fact that he just slipped off the start. My bet is he has it. Janne Kruder with another top. Consistent competitor.
Keeping that momentum up. Alex Puccio there, topping number 4. The tops are coming thick and fast now here in Stuttgart.
I love watching Alex Puccio when she's in her element, just dominating, making easy work of the boulder problems. She has such strength and power and also has really improved her technique over the last years of being on the circuit.
4 tops in 5 attempts. Amazing work from Alex Puccio. And I think that'll put her into tied first place with Miho Nanaka, which will put her into first place on countbacks. Janne Kruder topped number 1 on the flash.
So far, we have a strong lineup of Japanese from the top 4 standing in the semifinal round of men. Kai Harada making his way to the top to secure another top
and
of his
actually
4th boulder problem.
Bump out Jan Hoya. So that is now 5 Japanese athletes in the final, Sasha. Do you know what that means? We are guaranteed a Japanese climber on the podium.
We are guaranteed 2 Japanese climbers on the podium. Top 5 of top 6.
Quick maths. Yeah, this is crazy. And
we also have Miho secured her place as a Japanese competitor in finals. Quite an exciting time to be a Japanese climber.
Unbelievable talent pool from that team.
The climbing gyms, again, in Tokyo just speak to the level of competitive volume of competitors in Japan.
Katja Karic from Slovenia topping women's number 3 there. Nice and simple from her. A little bit of skin pain. That was one big issue in Innsbruck, actually, Sasha. Skin was a huge problem. There's a lot, even on the first day, or rather, the first day of bouldering, skin was already an issue. There's a lot of blood. Technicals being called on the account of blood. Hopefully they've had some time to heal since then.
We've got Alma of Germany patiently shaking out and waiting for her time to pull back onto the wall on women's semifinal number 2.
Unfassbar. 5-mal die Abfahrt. Und da könnten noch reinspucken. Ein Deutscher, Janne Kruder. Der freut sich auf Janne Kruder. Der kann irgendwas noch zuwerfen und irgendwann schon. Von Korea, der ist auch noch.
Trying a different approach to dynamically go right hand first to that blue volume didn't really work out so well for Alma. Yannick Floy fighting for his spot in finals as well. Alma working her way through the last minute left. sticking her unique approach to go right hand first to that blue, keeping the dynamic power that she's flowing through.
Very innovative climber, Alma Bestvater. Current national champion in bouldering for Germany. She won that at the Friedrichshafen trade show earlier this year.
She needs to generate enough power to stick the finish, and she does. Buzzer top out for Alma, leading her into the next semi-final problem.
Amazing work there from Alma Bestvater. She needs every top that she can get now. The current standard in women, I believe, is 2 boulders. She has 1. There he is, Jongwon Chon, runner-up last year in the Adidas Rockstars event. Asia Games gold medalist in the combined format. Silver medalist in bouldering in the World Championships just a couple of weeks ago in Innsbruck.
Can we note that Natsumi is ranked 5th currently for women?
I don't think she is. I think the scores that we have there are out of date. That look up there, Sasha, 9th, unfortunately.
Oh.
Sorry.
My little fierce 16-year-old. What an amazing performance still.
2
worth
tops
noting.
in 3 attempts. The current standing by Katia Karic for 6th place. And there's Jongwon Chon topping the Adidas Rockstars Super Final boulder. Loves it. Such a character.
I think as a spillover from last week's Innsbruck World Championships, we've seen a lot of competitors rocking this KT tape on their forearms, their shoulders, their legs, clearly giving all they have to be here and fight through injuries to perform on another international stage. 15 of the top 20 male competitors in the world here.
Sasha Gale on women's number 2. High right heel, using that left leg underneath the structure just to give us some compression and body tension, keep that center of gravity low on the heel. Switching it out for a left foot and a right heel, compressing and actually gas landing that left hand crimp in the top of the volume. Powerful move to hit that cheetah hold on the left. Oh, look at that. One of our taller competitors just slipping off with the right hand. Okay, she says.
Petra Klingler making full dynamicism into these blue volumes, fighting her way up to get another top.
Can she do it? Or has Sasha jinxed it? Whoa, good contact strength with the left hand. Excellent locking strength with the right hand. Tops boulder number 4, finishes a qualifying round and guarantees her place in the finals of Adidas Rockstars 2018. It wasn't to be last year, she was injured, but this year, is it going to be her year, Sasha?
It just might be, but we still have coming out next, reigning champion Alex Puccio.
We do. There he is. Golamali Baratzadeh of Iran, cruising to the top of boulder number 2. Look at that, 3 and 2 there. 5 attempts to top 2 boulders. If he keeps up with that form and can top 4 boulders is the required standard. There are now 5 Japanese and 1 Korean in the finals.
I don't know about you, Liam, but I would love to see some more countries in there as well. Seeing Iran mixed in with the Japanese and South Korea would be great.
There's 3 guys that can change that top. There's Sergei Tapishko, Yene Kruder, and Golamali Baratzadeh that can really make a difference to that ranking. We'll have to wait and see. Sasha Gale popping up with that right hand, matching it with the left, and topping with relief. Boulder number 2 in the women's semi-final.
Tops are so important in this round. It goes tops, attempts to top, zones, attempts to zone. So as a European bouldering champion, she knows the significance of topping.
A lot of Iranians tuned in on Instagram supporting Golamali Baratzadeh.
We too are supporting him.
We are indeed, but we are also impartial.
We're also rooting for Kyra Condi of the U.S., one of my favorite competitors competing in semifinals tonight.
You can see the results in the top right hand of the screen. The standings so far for the finalists: Katia Karic with 2 tops in 3, 6th place. Oh, and Kyra just short there.
Kyra was just a little bit too fast on that latch of the black hold on the volume.
Just needs
She
to top this one, Sasha.
She needs to be a little bit more patient while also holding that power. She knows she's on a time crunch, fighting her way up, standing, holding
she's
that
gonna do it.
tension. I have a good feeling about this.
Yes! Kyra Condie of the USA cruises in the nick of time to the top of boulder number 3 and guarantees herself a place in the women's final this afternoon. Sasha, how relieved are you?
I am so excited to be seeing 2 fellow Americans in finals tonight. I love watching Kyra Condie climb. She has such a mix between dynamic power but also precision, and her technique has come a long way in the last few years.
If Kyra can top number 4, then she will be in a very high standing. Jörne Kruder back with us now, one of the few men that can really make a change to the standings in that man's competition.
Jörne Kruder, another one of my favorite competitors. I think I'm just saying everyone's one of my favorites.
Basically.
But I've been competing with Jörne Kruder. He will be in Bilbao next weekend at a SECO comp I will be taking place in. Him and his sister will be there, making quick work of that turnaround move.
Reading that flawlessly. Exactly as Sakuru Hori intended. Skipping holds. All right, Jörne, dial it back.
Jörne proving that these boulder problems are not yet at his limit, taking a seat.
Not
and
even
jumping
close
down.
to his limit. Skipping holds. Is that a thing?
It's a thing for Jörne Kruder
Amazing
with
work.
3 tops. Hopefully that initial slip on qualifier number 1 doesn't cost Jörne a spot in tonight's finals.
Alba Bestvater managed to top women's number 3. That 3rd top will be enough to put her in contention for the finals. Katja Kadic can change all that now with the fast ascent of boulder number 4. Oh, not quite holding the dyno there. Nice 1-2.
Katja Kadic im grünen Dress und Yannick Fleury nochmal. Er hat die Chance, mit seinem 4. Top in die ersten 6 Reihen zu klettern. Dafür noch 2 Minuten 45 Zeit. Sortiert mal, wie geht das am Pissoir? Katja Kadic jetzt. Katja.
Und die brauchen Unterstützung, Katja Kadic. Sensationelle Kletterin.
Katja Kadic is the first competitor that I've seen to take a water bottle out onto the mats.
Yeah, it's something that we don't see very often. I've seen it a couple of times in bouldering. I've seen it actually more in ice climbing, believe it or not. The speed climbers always take water bottles out with them. I think it'll be something that becomes more prevalent, especially as we keep going to Asian countries, that are super hot during the time of competing. Yannick Fleury moving really, really well on men's number 4.
Yannick Fleury feeling the significance of needing to top out as he mantles up,
Auf
pushes
geht's,
off
Yannick.
that left leg, and secures the top.
Strong quad from Yannick Fleury. Excellent leg power there.
Liam, something that I've noticed about the competition climbing as well is there's a very significant emphasis on having leg strength. There's dynamic power, agility, jumping off volumes, and also doing leg presses.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what I hinted at before. Doesn't just pay to be light these days. You have to be an all-rounder. You have to be strong in the core, strong in the legs, incredibly coordinated, and have super strong fingers, powerful back. You don't just need flexible hips. You have to have flexible shoulders. You need to be able to see behind you. It's crazy.
You need to have flexibility and power, and it's super significant, in my opinion, going in a great direction. We see these overall very seasoned athletes.
I have to say, I do think I made a mistake with Kyra's score. I thought she topped 3 boulders, but she's only topped 2. And I'll have to check I think if she can flash number 4, then she's in with a good chance. But I think she would have to flash number 4 to be in with a chance of making the finals.
We are rooting for all the competitors out there competing in semifinals, many of which have wrapped up their round. Still a few to go, including Alex Puccio. Alex Puccio ranked in first, actually, having only one fall, with Miho followed by second.
So quickly looking at the results, if Katia Kanic doesn't top this and Kyra Condi does top her boulder, then it will all come down to how Sasha and Alma do, whether or not. Well, Sasha's already skipped one. Whoa, it's going to be really tight, basically. It's going to be really tight.
What we saw Miho do on this final boulder problem was a double dyno to the second blue volume, skipping the 1-2. Let's see what Kyra does. She's great at dynos. She's a really powerful, dynamic, fast climber. I think she would do very well in tonight's super boulder final.
Needs a very quick ascent of this, though, Sasha. She's got to do this one quick. Sasha Geo also needs a fast top of this to be in with a good chance. Yannick Floe has knocked out Yoshiyuki Ogata and now sits in the 6th position in the finals. Not guaranteed. Yone Kruder can change that, as can Golem Ali Baratzadeh. But at the moment, there's a German climber in the finals.
Sasha and I have similar names.
Sasha and Sasha? You could form a
Sasha
girl
and
band.
Sasha.
Es ist extrem kurzsinger geworden bei Kyra Condi. Wahrscheinlich davon diese Studie. Unglaublich.
Excited to see if she has this hip flexibility to really mantle up, and she does as she works her way up the ret of that black feature. Clearly a little bit scrunched.
One of the taller competitors having to fit into that space, it looks tricky.
That's something unique about climbing, is the fact that it welcomes all different body types. If you're tall, you can climb a boulder in a certain way. If you're shorter, you can make use of your flexibility and advantage of being short.
Speaking of height, Golem Ali Baratzadeh, one of the tallest competitors, tops men's number 2. Flashes men's number 2, in fact, Sasha.
Rocking the men's La Sportiva Squamas.
Look at that, 3-2-1. Not bad at all. 3 tops. He needs that 4th. It is going to come down to attempts now with all 6 qualifying athletes topping 4 boulders.
You know, what's interesting, Liam, is the cutoff for qualifiers to semifinals. Sean McCall was prevented into semifinals as a means of falls. That seems to be the cutoff for making it to finals for the men as well.
The standard is 4 in 12, and Kyra Condi could be in with a chance of guaranteeing herself a place in the final. It still will come down to Sasha and Alma, but this is going to put her in good contention. Kyra Condi tops women's number 4 for the USA.
Kyra Condi, always a strong climber, showing a really impressive performance.
The Condi family will be gritting their teeth and biting the nails at home. Look at that! She didn't even go 1, 2, 3. She just doubled it.
That was an incredible athletic feat, doing the double dyno into another double dyno. She has such coordination.
Very graceful.
Kyra Condi with 3 tops of 3 of the boulder problems.
Und der Boulder 4 wird der Schicksalsboulder heute für Yannick Floe, weil diese 3, also Sergej Typischko.
Oh, Sasha Gale holding her leg there like she might have hurt herself. Have to wait and see. Sergej Typischko just struggling to get established on men's number 4. I mean, he is really one of our tallest competitors. So he's going to have to... I'm going to say right now he needs to get his knee on if he wants to get up there, but he's struggling. No top on that boulder will definitely mean that he's penalized with no semi-final. Sasha Gale now lining up with 1 minute 30 seconds to go, brushing that hold on women's number 3.
Sasha feeling the significance of needing this top in order to make it into the next round. She's brushing the holds because she is the final competitor, and many of these boulder problems have big volumes and friction-dependent handholds. They cake up with lots of chalk, sweat from previous competitors. It's important to maintain the integrity of these holds by brushing off the excess.
Sergej Typischko Probably has a good idea that he needs the top on this boulder. Sasha Gale too will know that she needs this one. Presses that right hand down. Oh, just fumbles it. 38 seconds on the clock. Still enough time.
Sasha Gayo's clock is winding down, but her power must be winding down as well.
Sergei Tapishko gets his knee on and 2 feet. And look at that. Crucial top for Sergei Tapishko of Ukraine. That was close.
The man in the teal pants takes it down.
The teal takedown.
Sasha.
Speaking of teal, Sasha Gale sticks the move.
Oh, will it be
Can she get to the
buzzer
top?
finish?
5, 4, there it is. Top boulder number 3 with just a few seconds to go. Holds her leg a little bit. Not sure what's going on there.
Sasha Gayo may need to pay a visit to the athletes' lounge. Looks like she's really in pain on her knee as she limps.
She kind of holds her shin and her calf.
It doesn't look like her knee is okay at all, actually.
She's walking.
She's walking, but we might not see her on this final boulder problem.
I'm going to place a bet right now that she's going to do it.
I'm going to place a bet that she will be in the massage lounge after semifinals.
Okay. I think she will as well. Yone Kruder with us now, men's number 4. On for the flash. Oh my gosh.
Using his knee. Standing up and making that look easy.
Very, very easy. Amazing work from Yone Kruder. And now, another great character. All he has to do is top number 4 to be in with the chance of that finals position.
I do not think that we are going to see 5 Japanese in finals tonight, Liam.
I don't think so either. And as much as that, I mean, we're not, because Yannick Floe already knocked one out.
Correct?
The question is, will it be a German or a Slovenian or an Iranian that makes up the 6th member?
Got Alma pulling on. The German 22-year-old trying to do the double 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I can see in the results now. Yannick Floe has already been knocked out. Sergei Tapishko has replaced him.
Jan Hoyer placing 11th will not be in finals tonight.
Alma Bestvater on women's number 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So interesting, you know, you can see each hand moving loses power. Kyra with just moving both hands at once, maintained that power, maintained the momentum, kept the flow going, and really made it look easy.
Even more interesting was Miho going directly both hands to the second blue volume.
I mean, Miho is very, very springy, and in fact, it was in women's final, I believe in bouldering, not combined. She skipped one of the crux holds at the end, just jumped straight past it to the finishing jug. It was actually incredible. Her and Yanya Gambrit both did that.
That demonstrates such control over her body, motion and positioning, and also just coordination.
And confidence as well. You know, to have the confidence to go, okay, they set it like this, I'm just going to jump past those holds.
Incredible core. Let's see if Alma can do this. Oh, so close. You know, another way that competitors could do it, but that first blue volume might just be too bad, would be to stick the double dyno of the first one, throw a heel onto the zone, and come in with their left hand.
Alma Bestvater, 1 minute, 52 seconds on the clock.
For those of you tuning in, we are watching your live commentary. Contribute. Let us know what you think. Let us know who you're cheering for. We are watching. Send us in your hearts.
Not literally. That would be weird.
I'm seeing the hearts flood through, some blue, yellow, green.
There's a delivery at the hotel. It's a box of hearts.
A box of hearts.
Climbers' hearts. Sasha. Who sings this song?
I can't hear it, Liam. Lincoln Park.
Correct. If you hadn't have got that, would have been really upset.
You would call me out on my Lincoln Park affinity.
Yeah, I would. 1 minute remaining for Alma Bestvater of Germany.
I don't know if we still have Alexander Magos a part of the feed, but That's one for me, Alex Migos.
Alex wouldn't know who this was.
Absolutely not. But Alma trying to get that zone hold. This might put Kyra Condi in a good positioning for finals tonight.
31 seconds on the clock for Alma Bestvater.
Setzt sie noch einen Versuch. Oder kommt das Winken zum Publikum, zum Heimpublikum? Beziehungsweise,
16 seconds. Can she do it, Sasha? I'm going to
Clock
say
is winding
10
down.
seconds.
She's powering down. She has 7 seconds. She gave all of her best effort. Last female competitor walking out now, Sasha from Serbia.
Sasha's back. Sasha thought that she might skip this round due to injury, but knowing Stasha, there's too many S-Ashers, knowing Sasha knew that she'd be back here, even if she had to drag herself on the mat.
This is going to really require some power out of her legs as she has to do a potential double dyno twice. Hopefully her knee can hang in there.
I've seen Stasha get angry a few times. It's not something that you want to be near. Hopefully she can get it done quickly. Golamali Baratsadeh joins us on men's number 3.
I am a big fan of Golamali from Iran. I think this is incredible. The 20-year-old has shown such a powerful performance. Sasha making her way up.
Come on, Sasha. Easy now. Golamali Baratsadeh is actually 32. That's all good.
It's all
Sasha
good.
Gale
Looking at
tops
the age of
women's
Sasha.
number 3, and now we'll have to look at the attempts taken as to whether or not she's in the final ahead of Kyra Condi. Sasha Gale.
Liam, I have a feeling that Golamali is going to appreciate I shed 12 years off of him. Incredible performance by Sasha, securing potential spot in finals. It will be close.
Just waiting for these results to refresh so that we can see where she stands. Sasha Gale knocks out Kyra Condi. 3 tops in 9 ahead of 3 tops in 15. The finals will be Sasha Gale, Chloe Collier, Petra Klingler, Katya Kiprianova, Mihona Naka, and Alex Puccio. Alex with an almost perfect round. 4 tops in 5.
What's incredible to note is we have USA, Japan, Russia, Switzerland, Belgium, and Serbia representing the world.
Such a mixed bag, and here Golamali Baratsadeh, 32 years old, from Tehran, Iran.
You know, I've always wanted to go to Iran and go climbing there.
Me too.
Shall we do a trip?
Sure.
Those tuning in to the live commentary, let us know what you think of the rocks in Iran.
There's
we are
a lot
curious.
of good climbing there.
I've heard that.
And skiing, and mountaineering.
Skiing, mountaineering, all of the good things. We have lots of hearts flooding through on our interest in going.
I don't speak any Farsi. Do you?
I don't, but maybe someone on the feed could help us.
I'd love to learn some Farsi. And if I was
Last-
bad, you could say that I was farcical.
Last competitor out in this semifinal round.
Nothing. Does that not even get anything?
All eyes on.
Are you literally going to ignore me? Farcical. Come on, someone. Somewhere. Golamali Baratsadeh with 1 minute 55 seconds on the clock. He can't hear my terrible puns, and it's probably for the best. Oh, he slips off with the left hand. Farcical. Come on.
Liam is feeling insecure about his punny joke.
I thought it was great.
Golamali, we are waiting for you to top this boulder problem. Last competitor out on the mats of this semifinal round with less than 90 seconds to go.
Zu viele Versuche, Fragezeichen, bei Golamali Baratsadeh.
Rocks are awesome here, someone commented on the feed as we see Golamali making his way up this final boulder problem. Can he do it, guys?
Golamali Baratsadeh, come on. Yo, close. 57 seconds on the clock. Really needs this, and it is going to come down to attempts. think he's already maxed out his attempts, to be honest, so he's playing for place now. And this is where, Sasha, you know, the top athletes really do come into their own. You see Golamali Barat today winning qualifiers, and he's able to top 4 boulders, I think, in this round, but just not at the speed that the others can. Hits the zone, slaps to the top of the cheetah hold.
Will he throw his knee onto this problem? Or was he
Style
taught not
first.
to use his knees? Standing up off that heel. Making
15 seconds, he's out of there!
so close, but I don't think he has enough time for a final attempt. 10 seconds, and it looks like that's it for Iran.
Such a good effort from Golamali Barat today. Such a strong climber. After winning qualifiers, it wasn't to be for him. We will have results for you on the website. We'll have all the information for you as soon as we can give it you. If you go to www.adidas-rockstars.com/live, you'll be able to see those results. I actually have them in front of me now, Sasha. Stasha Geo of Serbia in 6th, Chloe Collier of Belgium in 5th, Petra Klingler of Switzerland in 4th, Katya Kiprianova of Russia in 3rd, Miho Nanaka of Japan in 2nd, and Alex Puccio of the USA in 1st. Which was your highlight from all of the competitors in the women's competition?
One of the highlights for me was watching that young 16-year-old fresh to the international stage, having won the Adidas Rockstars event in Japan, Tokyo, beating Miho, qualifying for this event, not making it to finals, but such a strong performance.
Natsumi Hirano finishing in 11th place overall, 2 tops in 6 attempts. A great effort from her first Adidas Rockstars global event.
At just 16 years old, we are sure to see plenty of incredible results in the future.
Undoubtedly, and of course, the 3 results at the bottom there, Amélie Kuhne finishing up the table. Great effort from her. Okay, let's take a look at the men's results. Qualifying in 6th place from Ukraine, amazing work from Sergei Topishko. He got 4 tops in 7 attempts. Tomoaki Takata of Japan in 5th. Chun Jong-won of Korea in 4th. Kokoro Fuji of Japan in 3rd. Yone Kruda of Slovenia in 2nd. And Keita Watabe of Japan, the only climber with 4 flashes, finishing up the table in 1st place. What was your highlight from the men's competition?
Well, something to note is just off the cutoff is Kai Harada, who just came from a gold medal in Innsbruck World Championships bouldering. Missed the cut for finals. We saw some incredible performances. Yerne Kruder taking a slight slip of the first boulder problem, placing him in 2nd to qualify on to finals. Men's field was incredibly close. It came down to attempts.
Well, we've got some more shows coming up as well. We'll be doing a review of this whole semi-final. We'll have some of the key athletes in here in the studio with Sasha and myself. We'll be going live at about 1:45, which is 12 minutes from now. We're in Germany, so we'll be bang on time. Tune in on Facebook and on Instagram if you want to see that. We'll also be doing a pre-show with Udo Neumann. Remember what time that is?
We will be. I believe it's at 5:45.
No. 5
I believe
o'clock.
it's not 5 o'clock. Don't be tardy.
We'll be live at 5 o'clock. I did put you on the spot there. With Udo Neumann doing a whole technical analysis from some of the top athletes. Moves, hips, the works. It's going to be great. And then we'll be live with the finals. Pre-show at 7:15. Live show at 8 o'clock. Are you excited?
I am so excited. I believe it's time to get ready for our live show.
It is indeed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Sasha, for joining me here on the live commentary. My name's Liam Lonsdale. This is Sasha DiGiulian. We'll be back in just a few minutes on Facebook and Instagram with an overall review of the semi-finals. See you then.